Tune in right now.
Yo, what up?
What's up, brother?
What's up, dude? Episode 4? Episode 4.
Episode
Season
4,
2, episode
season 6 to 7.
60, so it feels like it.
How's your week? How's your week, man?
Oh man. It's actually I don't know. Weird week. I don't know.
It's been busy for me.
I'm over it already.
Going back to work. It's tough.
Yeah.
I see Death Note, Squirrel Master, Rick Racing, Zach. Turdoller's up in here. Let's go, Turdoller.
What up? What up, everybody?
Reminder, guys, we are live on the Book of Face, Facebook as well.
Book of Face.
The Lucid Squrl Podcast. I'm having fancy stuff tonight for peachbum, by the way.
Ooh.
Fancy.
Is that our guest?
Is that your guy?
Didn't know.
I think everybody knows who our guest is.
Oh.
Do they have a thumbnail?
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Damn it. All right. Ooh.
The pro powers in the house. The fame.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm super out of it today. Fuck. It's one of those days where I went to bed late and woke up late. God damn.
I'm
I've
getting
been rushing.
My smoker and tokers cooking right here.
Your smoker?
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
Show that.
Can't see it. Blurry. There you go.
It's trying to lock onto my face, even though I'm blocking it completely. Good Lord. Smoke detectors can go.
That's a lot of smoke.
Mine said, who's that? Who's that? Yeah, I don't want to hold this up. If you're ready, I'm going to bring her out. She's probably back behind the curtain.
Well, do the thing.
What's going on? So, guys, tonight we have a very special guest. I think this is our sixth or seventh guest we've had on the podcast, right? Roughly around there. So peachbum, if you don't know her, she is a streamer on TikTok. She has 3,400 followers there. She also streams on Twitch. She has an amazing 1,300 followers there. She does stream games, and she also has like a passion for all things beach related. So she has a ton of knowledge around like ocean wildlife. She does collect seashells. She has her own business. She has her own business where she does make jewelry out of the shells. She is also starting to write her very first book, which I'm sure we'll hear more about tonight. And I think that's it. I don't want to spoil the rest. So with that, let's bring peachbum on out.
Drum roll, please. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, peachbum. Welcome. Welcome to the Lucid Squrl Podcast.
Thank you. Thanks for having me here.
I got Facebook pulled up here on my
Is it nerve wracking in the back room? People
Me?
say it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
People say it's nerve wracking.
There was like a curtain, and then so I made like another curtain because it's scary.
Nice.
So yeah, we've heard it's pretty nerve wracking, and I think making it shorter, Lucid, might be the way, because there's been some guests where it's taken us like 10 minutes to pull the curtain back. So I can only imagine we're just putting them through pain.
Oh,
and
it's
agony.
a build up.
I think longer is better.
I mean, we've had 2 guests return, right? We've had Zach and Negley have been on twice. So imagine by the third time, if we took 10 minutes, like one of them's just gonna be asleep. Turn the camera on and you're back there snoring.
That'd be epic. Wake up.
I see you're drinking Blanton's.
I am.
Love
I
it.
brought out this special stuff for you. Yep.
Love it. I treated myself to this non-alcoholic IPA shit.
Nice. I ordered a non-alcoholic drink at dinner. My fancy dinner Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I was driving and such, and it was actually really good. It had all kinds of crazies like sage and mint and lemon and
Oh yeah,
it
they
was
get
purple.
real fancy with them.
It had so many flavors going on in it. It was probably like the best non-alcoholic drink I've ever had.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can get real crazy with the mocktails.
What is it called?
It was called the Prohibition. That was actually
Nice.
the name of the drink, which is perfect, right?
It's a good name.
It really
There's
is.
a purple drink. There's a cocktail called the Aviation, and it's one of the first cocktails that was put on the menu, on a cocktail menu after the Prohibition. But it's a really good cocktail. It has a lot of ingredients that are kind of difficult to find, though. That just made me think of that. I miss being a bartender. And I was going to say, I used to dog on people who would drink or order non-alcoholic beers because it's like, what's the point? But now, as somebody who doesn't drink right now, I'm like, oh, this is great. I can still have the flavor of the IPA and not,
Do they have non-alcoholic IPAs?
Yeah, that's what this is. It's this is a hazy IPA. and
Okay.
it tastes just like an IPA. And I love IPAs,
So you mentioned bartending. I think that's a perfect segue. Maybe just share a little bit more information about yourself.
yeah. My whole adult life career has been in the hospitality industry. I went to school. Actually, when I was 28, I went to school for hospitality management and culinary, kind of after I had already been in the restaurant management part of things and was trying to see if I could elevate myself and become a little bit better at what I was doing. I now hate it. I don't hate it. Like I enjoy what I enjoy. When I'm very burnt out from it, like mentally, physically. I just have
Happens to the best of us.
no interest in continuing down this path. But it's been a lot of lessons. I have worked in like I don't even know how many different cuisines. My culinary education has been greatly expanded because of being able to work in this industry, bartending. And I've made lifelong friends from it. So ready for the next best
Nice.
thing.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I've seen some of your culinary designs when you post pics, and pretty freaking amazing.
I have fun
I don't
with
have
it.
that kind of patience for the what's it called when you display the food? The presentation.
The
I
presentation.
don't have great presentation skills of food. But
Right.
restaurant
I try
work,
and make
Lucid,
I'll
you've
make a
never,
meal and try and make it look fancy, and it never works out.
have
C4, you're
you
gonna
ever
be
worked in a
itchy.
restaurant, Lucid?
I worked well. I lasted one day in a steakhouse that did prime ribs as a dishwasher. I was like, there's no way in hell I am scrubbing another one of these fucking pans. I lasted one day. And then I worked at Little Caesars for a while before, like back in the day, before the hot and ready and all that bullshit.
Pizza.
Yeah, I worked at Little Caesars back in the day. I actually dressed as the Little Caesar mascot before.
Oh
Fun
my
fact.
God.
Do we have
I'm
I also
writing
pictures?
this down.
I don't think I do.
There's gonna be an AI video of
We
this.
need pictures.
I also dressed
Mental note.
as a pizza slice on the corner, and I got egged one day.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah. So, but that's the extent of my restaurant working experience.
I think it's
Shit.
great for anybody to spend just even if it's a couple of months, a little bit of time in the industry so that you can kind of get a feel for what is actually happening. Because some people don't realize or have the patience to see what's happening behind the scenes. And like, yeah, of course, there's some people who are just shit at their jobs. But I think that having that little bit of, behind the scenes knowledge goes a long way.
Right.
It does. Working in a restaurant, I think I worked from the age 20 to maybe 22. Family-owned restaurant. Learned so much. Learned how to run a business. Learned how tight money can be. Learned how important it is to run a business properly and how important your customers are. Learned a ton. It actually, when I took it back to like the corporate world, like my eyes were like I was in the Matrix. Like everything made sense. But man, talk about hard work and the appreciation for the people in that line of work. Like it's fucking hard. It was hard working in a restaurant. And so I think I agree with you. The more people that kind of can spend the day, even if you're just lucid and you spend the day getting egged or whatever, at least you have that for the rest of your life, that appreciation for that industry. I think I probably maybe that's one of the reasons I'm a good tipper. Like I'm not a crazy tipper, but I'm definitely going to do the 20% plus.
Yeah.
20 is like the bare minimum.
I tip a
because
lot, but I worked in the casino business for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's similar kind of.
I know my mom, like my mom's a great person, but she would go out and I don't think that she understood the whole tipping part of it until she would hear some of the stories that I would come home and tell her. And she's like, oh, okay, like I definitely need to be doing at least 20% for what this person's going through.
Yeah. What else?
I mean, before I started, so I've worked in the restaurant industry. My first job was at Panera. My second job was at a Vietnamese vegan restaurant that was actually a full-blown cult. Very interesting. It's a very interesting position there. Worth talking about, actually, like if you don't mind. It was called the Loving Hut, and it
sounds fancy.
Oh shit!
And
welcome to the Loving Hut.
Yeah, it's a global chain, and it's ran by this group of people. I don't even know like what their cult would be called, but they have this. There's a woman that they call the Supreme Master Chang Hai, and she believes that if the whole entire planet does not become vegan in X amount of days, that the planet's going to end, right? Like the world's going to end. And so during my shifts, there was this television. It would be like a 24-hour broadcast, and there would be 42 something different subtitles going across the screen, up and down the screen. And there would be a countdown, and it would be like to the end of the world, right? Happy endings.
Dude, chat's going
I
off.
know. But it was crazy, right? And she would do these like conferences. And I remember in one of the conferences, she was talking about how once our planet becomes fully vegan, then we'll have more technological powers like the other planets that have already become fully vegan. For example, we would be able to have traveling belts. She said this. If our planet became fully vegan, she believes that we would have travel. So I'm saying it was like a full-blown cult that
You
this place was.
goddamn meat eaters are ruining the planet. We could be technologically advanced right now.
I had a snake at the time. Like I had a pet snake at the time. And when they found this out, they like stared at me. They're like, what do you feed your snake? I was like, I mean, I feed her rats and stuff. And they're like, well, you need to talk to your snake.
And feed it tiny dogs. I'm taking it right off the menu.
How do you force a snake to be vegan?
They're like, you need to talk to your snake and like explain that your snake needs to start eating lettuce or something that's not another animal. And if your snake doesn't understand, then you need to find a new home. And I was like, okay, I need to find a new job.
That's wild.
Yeah, I'd be slaughtering a cow in the parking lot.
Yeah. What was the name of it?
It's called the Loving Hut.
The Loving Hut.
Yeah.
I should be able to remember that. But...
You're going to look it up? You're going to go there and eat order the beer.
I will say the food was phenomenal. The food was phenomenal. And it was actually my first introduction to Vietnamese food. Like I started learning about Vietnamese food through this place. And the first versions of the dishes that I was trying, the first pho I ever had was vegan.
Wow.
And it was really good.
This restaurant was completely vegan?
Yeah, fully vegan.
I'm sorry. Usually I would never do this, but I made a deal.
Yeah. What's up?
I have to welcome in Double Unreal Sister
Oh, yay.
Inch. I will never doubt you again. I will never doubt you again if you're listening. She told me I had to say that, by the way.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I'm so proud of her.
I'm not supposed to say she told you had to say that because that loses all effect at that point.
I'm reporting to Master.
Reporting to Master.
Mission complete.
Wow.
Yep. I did it. I said the thing.
Damn. Okay.
But anyways, yeah. I guess moving forward, I have worked in quite a few other industries, but I've always gone back to restaurants just because it's what I know. It's what I'm good at.
Nice. What else have you done other than culinary or hospitality?
I managed a party store for a few years.
I can totally see it.
I did. So have you heard of Susan Komen races? Like they do like the 5K races for breast cancer awareness and all that. So the store that I worked at, we would do the giant, massive balloon arches that would go over the start and finish lines. We would do lots of artsy things. It wasn't so much like the birthday part. We would do birthday parties and stuff at like big school events or whatever. And so I got to be like creative with balloons for a few years.
That's cool.
Learned about the helium shortage, which I never would have known anything about a helium shortage had I not worked at that job, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, I couldn't stay there because it was in South Dakota and it's too cold there.
One of my good friends moved to South Dakota.
The make
wild.
You got friends that moved to South Dakota?
Yeah, a good friend of mine moved to South Dakota.
It's a cool state. It's too cold.
He said, fuck your COVID shot, and he moved to South Dakota. It's like, okay. Cool. South Dakota, of all places. That's where I'm going.
Anything else history-wise or anything people you want to know about peachbum?
I mean, I guess I was going to kind of give you guys a little bit of my background before the person that I am, that you guys know me as now. So I grew up, and I won't go into like a ton of detail, but I grew up with kind of like the rough childhood situation, and from an early age was kind of put in a position where I had to learn how to survive sooner than I probably should have. And I think that kind of has built me into this person that I am now, where I want to take the things that I've gone through and the lessons that I've had to learn and the things that I've had to overcome and be able to help other people get through some of the same things. There's a lot of versions of myself. Like I think I usually will tell people, and I'm 36 years old and I have lived so many different lives. I have been so many different versions of this woman. I think there's parts of me that can sometimes find myself grieving, like not having had the childhood that a lot of people have had or could have had. But again, I think that's put me into a position where I'm at today, where I have this calling, or, it feels like a service, if you will, where I want to be able to be open enough to where people can find relatable things to get through together. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know.
It's good. Can relate to that. Definitely can relate to that.
I think it's nice because so the digital world is so unfamiliar to me. I used to only ever touch grass. I was a hippie, if you will. Like, I had the dreadlocks and I was
I was gonna say, I've
nomadic.
seen the pictures with the dreadlocks.
Yeah, I lived a very nomadic life. I've always been the black sheep of my family. And so to like maybe say 7 years ago have ever said, "Oh, you're going to be a streamer. You're going to be sitting in front of two big bright monitors and you're going to be touching a keyboard and a mouse and like talking to people virtually
Right?
regularly." I would have
No.
been like, "You're fucking high." That's crazy. So this has all been very unfamiliar territory, but super grateful to have taken the leap of faith, or whatever it was, the push of encouragement from friends and family to try this out.
Heck yeah.
Oh yeah.
Is this a good time? Do we talk? I said a little bit in the introduction, but you're in the progress of writing a book.
Yeah, that is something that I have talked about doing for years. And I don't know, something about, honestly, I want to say I feel more confident knowing that I have kind of a reach, I guess, and people can see me and get to know me and we can build this like trust. But I don't know if that's the confidence boost that I needed. But I definitely have wanted to write a book for a long time. I've talked about it. My friends have all like, "Oh my gosh, why aren't you writing a book about some of these stories?" And so, yeah, we're how many days into the new year? 8 days into the new year, and I've gotten a pretty decent push started. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I feel very accomplished just getting over the hurdle of starting. I think that's the bravest part, is beginning.
Heck yeah. Good job. We're proud of you.
Thank you.
I wouldn't even know how to start a book. Did you do any research on like how to? Like, how do you just like frame it out and go?
I'm not going to lie. I asked ChatGPT. I was like, "Hey, I want to write a book. How to, like, can you give me some guidelines of like how to even begin writing a book?" And it was so eloquent, like so crystal clear and like and spaced out. It's like, okay, now I know what kind of book I want to write. Now I know the type of book that I want to write and how I want to write it. And I've already had the name of the book. Like, it's been there for years. I've already known the name of the book for years, but it was a matter of like the format and like, how do I begin? So asking ChatGPT how to write a book kind of broke it down step by step as to how to begin. And I like that.
What's the book? What are you writing about?
It's going to be a reflective memoir is the type of book that
Okay.
I'm writing. It'll be short kind of chapters, more like essays or spurts of stories, mostly with the goal of, people being able to close out a page and take something away from it.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh yeah.
See, we use ChatGPT for making stickers and asking it ridiculous questions, and Peachbump's over here asking it the true purpose. Rick's done that before. Rick sent me something, and I know he used ChatGPT, and it was something YouTube related, like on how to grow a channel or something. And like it was very, like you said, it was eloquent. It was like step by step,
Yeah.
and I was like, see, that's the freaking business case for AI, and we're over here dicking around using it for.
I mean,
dumb
if you guys
shit.
looked at my ChatGPT history, I mean, there's some weird shit in there, but
Right. Yeah, mine's all podcast stuff for the most part and TikTok shop.
That we're not
Did you
talking about TikTok shop tonight. We're not.
Did you
We're not
ask-
even going to mention it.
I'm just saying that's what my Chat GPT is.
like writes your scripts?
I ask it
Actually,
different
Lucid,
ideas
don't
for
you
stuff.
use it to write the podcast?
Most
Like
of the time,
the
yeah.
descriptions?
Most of the time, yeah.
It does a good job.
Just you know how YouTube works. You got to get that high SEO and all that. Tag words, and so it's just easier that way.
But yeah, it does a hell of a good job.
That's another thing I did for a while. You just said SEO, and I forgot about that. I worked for a marketing agency for a little while. While I was living on the road full time, I traveled for about a year and a half and wasn't able to do restaurant work. So I worked for this marketing agency, and most of their clientele was therapy clinics and counseling centers or treatment centers. And I got to learn all about writing blogs and website management, website development, social media management. And I had maybe up to 10 clients at a time that I was managing their monthly social media calendars. And that was really cool. That was challenging in and of itself, because again, that was almost a segue into working more digitally. Because I did that before I started streaming, but it gave me the opportunity to kind of learn a little bit more about computer screens.
Right.
So if it wasn't for marketing, would you be streaming?
Think so. It all kind of just like, looking back at it, it all just kind of like fell together, because while I was also living on the road, I bought a gaming laptop. Actually, my boyfriend bought me a gaming laptop, and he's into games like World of Warcraft and more of the in-depth fantasy games. And I tried to get into them and I just absolutely could not. But it was because of that laptop that I ended up playing Fortnite with my siblings. My siblings were like, "Oh, we should try this out. It's a way we can hang out together." And of course, I was just like immediately hooked. But it was all around the same time frame. I was working for the marketing agency that I started playing Fortnite, and it all just kind of like became second nature to use my hands on a keyboard. I guess. And my close friends and my family were all just like, "You should try streaming. You have the personality for it." And I was like, "Absolutely not. I will not sit in front of a camera and let people watch me play a video game."
Yeah, that's how Fortnite gets you. The kids.
Mhm.
The kids. That's how mine started. I was like, "Oh, what's this game y'all keep playing? Fine, let me try it." And next thing you know, fuck, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Fuck Call of Duty.
Right? No, Call of Duty's where it's at. Fortnite. Booty cheeks.
Well, good. That kind of answered my question. I was wondering what got you into gaming. Why do you stream? Why do it?
Why do I stream?
Why?
Well, I mean, I will say that the very first stream that I did, as soon as I hit the live button, all I could think about was going live again the next time, which is a good sign that it brought you some amount of joy. So like a month before I started streaming, right? Let's see. I started streaming on September 29th, so just a little bit over a month before. My dog Roy passed away, and I think that I found an awful lot of comfort in diving into something new to try and cope with grieving. I think being social in that sense and like being able to keep my mind distracted, I guess, was part of the thing that helped. But yeah, streaming easily became something that I couldn't stop thinking about. I was like, I just want to keep streaming. I want to keep growing and learning, and all these. I started doing research on like, how can I make my Twitch account, better? And I would watch other streamers and see what they were doing. And it was just almost not an obsession, but it was just like, this is the path that I want to take. Like, this is what I want to invest in. And that's how I've treated it since I started. I've told all of my friends and family that I want to treat this as if it was a business. It's something that I can invest in to grow, to help other people is the whole goal for me.
So I know you spend a lot of time on the beach. What's that about?
I don't go to the beach.
You don't? Never once. Just every day.
It's the desert. Dry.
I honestly do like the desert, but I have an affinity for the ocean. I remember the first time that I left Florida, like moved away from Florida, and growing up in Florida, I had been to the beach all my life, so I never thought about the idea of leaving it. And so I remember just like the day before I moved to South Dakota, standing at the edge of the water and being like, "Oh, okay. I'm about to lose my identity." Like, this is going to be so weird. And I had never felt that kind of like pull towards the ocean that way, because I think it was just always there. So to lose it was like an eye-opening thing. And so I lived in South Dakota. I lived in South Dakota for 5 years. I lived in Colorado, and then I started doing some solo traveling after divorce. And I think this would be a really cool story to share. When I was going through my divorce, I had stopped in Flagstaff, Arizona to visit a friend of mine, and I wanted to watch the sun come up over the Grand Canyon. It was in February, and there was this huge snowstorm that shut down all of the highways. So we weren't able to get to the Grand Canyon until the very last day. But um, the day before that, we had gone into town and we found this herb shop. And in this herb shop, there was like all these different teas and stuff. I was reading about what each of these different herbs did. And there was one called Calea Zacatichichi. And it's a really weird name, but I will never, it's forever imprinted because it changed the whole trajectory of my life. So we went home and we made some tea from this Calea Zacatichichi and we napped. And I had a dream that was so vivid. At the time, I didn't know where I was going, what I was going to be doing. I kind of just planned on living on the road. And I had this dream that I was on a piece of land and there was water on either side of me. And then I was in a kayak and there was a dog on the kayak. And I woke up from this dream and clear as day was this idea like, I need to move to New Smyrna Beach, Florida. And I had never lived there. I didn't know anybody there. I had no connections there, but I was just clear as day. I was like, I need to get to New Smyrna Beach. So it was calling me home, right? And it worked tirelessly that summer to save up as much money as I could. And I finally got to New Smyrna and I found this little yellow bungalow that was right on the beach. And a couple weeks later, a dog showed up on my parents' doorstep and it was a little boxer puppy and it was Roy. January 1st, 2014 was a day where a new life began for me. And I was back at the beach and it was all because of that dream that I had and like being fearless and just like going for it.
Oh, yeah.
How much does a bungalow?
Okay. In 2014, this still blows my mind. In 2014, $800 a month.
On the beach, like you're in
I
the
was
sand?
I was in the sand. Yep. And the length of it, like the size of it, it was the length of a school bus and it was the width of 2 school buses put together. So it was actually a garage for a bigger house that they had converted into like a little tiny apartment. But it had like this canopied porch that had beautiful tropical plants, and I had my hammock hanging up in there, and it was just an absolute dream.
That's a deal.
It was a dream.
Did you have to worry about flooding? Were they on stilts and was the garage for the space down low? Like,
No, we didn't have any flooding though, because the way that it was, the dunes had us raised up about 10 feet from like where the
okay, that's pretty good.
The dunes were duning.
Yeah.
If you could go back and give yourself day one advice, your new streamer self advice, now that you've done it for a while, now that you're a seasoned pro now at this point, what would you tell yourself?
It's a good question. Honestly, it's kind of been my go-to from day one anyways, but just try and be authentic as possible, because I think that's what people want to see is something relatable, like messy, awkward, just not trying to put on any sort of facade to impress anybody, and just showing up as yourself, I think makes you more human and makes you more easy to connect with. That's been my, biggest priority, is trying to show up authentically.
That's good.
Right.
That's great advice.
I know you also have your own business. I've been seeing it more and more in the mornings. How's that going?
Are you talking about making seashell stuff?
Yep.
Okay, so I have over here this idea, and it's the very beginning stages of a business, but it's definitely something that I know can take off. But I have this idea over here in this tiny little closet space that I have. I've maneuvered my desk into there and I created a space where I can create things from my seashells, like necklaces and earrings. I want to make wind chimes. I want to make sun catchers, really. I had this idea when Roy passed. I had this idea that I wanted to make these sun catchers that had the crystal prism things hanging from them that cast out the rainbows, because his name was Roy for Roy G. Biv, the rainbow acronym. And so, like, to carry on his legend, I was like, oh, I need to make things that shine rainbows. And, that was just like kind of my sentimental piece for him. But now I have all these seashells. I have an unfathomable amount of seashells over here because I can't stop collecting them because I'm crazy. I'm actually crazy. But yeah, so my goal is to, I don't know, maybe set up a website to not have to go through Etsy or, or at another third party kind of place, but a place where people can either custom order things or, eventually down the road, it'd be really cool to do something like, on Patreon, they have people can subscribe and you can teach them how to make the crafts, like the
Right.
jewelry. So that's like
Like
another,
classes.
that's like another avenue I could look towards going down. But really, like what I'm working on is this like cycle where I can do something that I'm passionate about, which is being at the beach, finding seashells. It is therapeutic for me. It makes me so happy. Then I can share the seashells that I have with other people. People have enjoyed watching me craft while I'm streaming and making the seashells. So, I mean, like, there's this whole cycle of like, this is working.
You can do that on TikTok. You can sell them on TikTok.
I can make a TikTok shop and sell like my own things.
Yep.
I did not know that. See, I need you to school me some stuff. He's trying so hard.
I'm going to regret this. Please tell us more about TikTok Shop, Lucid.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't know that end of it. I'm just an affiliate. That is.
So you can sell your own products? I thought you always had to be like.
No, anyone can sell. Like a lot of these TikTok Shop brands that you see, they're just buying from other places and drop shipping on TikTok Shop. That's all they are. And a lot of people are getting rich
pictures of my
doing
product.
That, or you can do live streams and sell custom orders and make them on live while
That'd be cool.
People are watching.
So you're saying I could buy 1,000 of these?
Yes, and you can.
I could just sell them on TikTok Shop.
Yes.
Shit.
You set up a business account and do it. You can do. There's all kinds of different companies that'll just drop ship. Your orders for you, and you can actually pay people like me a commission to sell your product for you, and you don't have to do anything at that point.
I thought it was pretty cool. There was one stream where I was out in the water and there was a friend of mine that was in my chat and she was like, oh, I want a seashell necklace. Send me pictures of what you have later on. And I was like, why don't you just pick one out while I'm here? So I literally was like picking up seashells, showing them to her. And she was saying, no, not that one. Oh, that's the one. So she like had her necklace directly picked from the ocean and like made into the necklace and shipped to her. And I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know there's one person that used to stream COD all the time and she completely quit streaming COD and she makes custom cups.
You're talking about Harley.
Yeah, Harley. She makes custom cups on live and sells them on her lives.
Yeah, I've seen people doing that.
Yeah.
The real Harley Quinn.
I guess that's what I should look into doing because anytime I have done my streams where I'm crafting jewelry over here, I get a restriction notice because if I say the word like order or buy or whatever those
link,
whatever, even if it's so discreet so that I don't upset the TikTok AI gods or whatever, I will get a restriction notice saying like, hey, your live is not being pushed out because of this. And it's like, I didn't even ask anybody to buy anything.
Right. You know what's crazy about TikTok is I'll do a video for a knife that they are promoting. And I have gotten 2 strikes on my account, 2 full-blown strikes on my account for knives that they are asking me to promote, which is crazy. They always get lifted, but it's like, what the hell?
Look at these fire hats. Yeah.
This one sucks.
That hat is probably, other than my children, the best thing I ever made.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
In my life. Oh, God.
You said you were into marketing and you managed social media accounts and stuff. I was going to ask you, I might need a new manager because mine kind of sucks.
I'm on it. I'm about it. I honestly was so like when I left the agency, it was because they didn't have enough hours that I was looking for. Like I wanted more. I wanted more work, and they were at a point where they couldn't offer that. And so I started going off on my own, and I tried the Fiverr thing where you can take on your own clientele or whatever, and it just didn't take off fast enough for what I needed, financially. But I did enjoy doing the marketing thing. It was a creative outlet, and it taught me a whole lot of skill set that I've been able to utilize now, like using Canva and ChatGPT and finding ways to be efficient in those types of programs. And I think that in the future, when I complete the goal of becoming a life coach, that I'll be able to not need a marketing manager because I can be my own.
Right. Like you brought up Canva. Canva is crazy, all the things you can do on there.
It really is.
Just messing with it a little bit. I don't use it nearly to its full potential. It's kind of crazy what you can do with it.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of AI stuff on there too.
Mm-hmm.
Drive everyone crazy because they're using so much water on Canva.
I'll tell you another tough one. If you had to pick between your aspiring career of being, is life coach the proper word? Is it life coach?
Life coach.
Say your book takes off and you had to be a book writer, or tomorrow your streaming career just goes to the fucking roof and you're the next happy girl. You can't do all three. There's no way.
There's no way.
Which one would you pick?
Honestly, I would probably go down the path of becoming a life coach / author. And the only reason that I say that is because that for sure feels like my calling, right? Like I know for a fact that this is what I want to do. Streaming and being able to use these platforms has been a great tool to help reach people. But I think that I don't want that to take over, my purpose, I guess. Yeah. That's a good question.
Yeah, I can tell how much that job means to you by your answer. Real quick, I see some new names. I see Warden and EJ.
Hi, everybody.
Mikey Mike. Hershey's in the house now. Am I missing anybody?
It's also a good time to bring up, we're going to Vegas, baby.
Vegas?
Hell
baby.
yeah.
Going to Vegas, baby.
Yeah, you got dates now, right?
When's Vegas?
When? I had it pulled up. Hold up. I'm so unprepared for this.
He's got a flyer coming. I'm going to put it on the website.
Yeah, we'll figure out all the promotional stuff, but looking at I think Halloween is on a Saturday, so I was gonna fly in like that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, leave on Sunday is kind of what we're looking at.
Cool. Who else going?
Just kind of a meet and greet type thing. Anyone that wants to show up.
Oh, this is open invitation?
Yeah.
I can go to Vegas?
Yeah, you can go to Vegas.
Oh, hell yeah. I was just super stoked for you, but if I can show up too, that's awesome.
No, everybody's welcome.
Nice. I'll start saving.
We're making it kind of like a streamer convention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a streamer to join.
Yeah, but just part of the fam. That's awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna stay down. I'm looking more towards the old strip just 'cause it's way more fun down there. It's a huge party atmosphere.
Cheaper.
It's way cheaper.
It's just classic too. I like it.
Yeah, it's. I like staying down there more than the strip. I stayed on the strip last time I was there, and probably not going to do that again because goddamn, it was so expensive. It was ridiculously expensive from the last. I stayed on the strip. I don't know, a few years ago, and it wasn't bad. But then this last trip was insane.
Yeah.
Did you say you're going to skydive off of the?
Yeah, I'll do it.
The Eiffel Tower. I'll watch. I'll take pictures.
Wait, what?
The Stratosphere.
The Stratosphere, yeah.
I was going to do it when we were there. We were there for a wedding. They got married at the Stratosphere. And then we went up to the top, and you can actually jump off the Stratosphere with a harness, and it's basically a huge zip line, but you go straight down and then whoop, you know what I mean? And I was going to do it.
Swing you out?
You go straight down.
Wait.
You go straight down. You're on a,
What sound does it make when you go down?
Zoop.
I don't want to.
But yeah, it's straight down, then it just slings you forward. And yeah, I was going to totally do it, but they required a reservation. I didn't have a reservation, so
yeah.
Womp womp. I did do the roller coaster on the top though, which was kind of crazy.
See, I don't like dropping.
Oh, Zach said he's off that weekend. Start lining up that childcare.
I don't like dropping. I don't like that. I don't like that sensation of falling.
I've said it, I think, on the podcast before. The older I get, the wimpier I get. And I honestly, the more I think about it, I've talked about it. If Pro Power's still here, we've had some in-depth conversations around the older you get, the more precious life may be to you. So you're willing to take less risk.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I don't think that when I'm bitching out on skydiving, but I think subconsciously that might be part of it.
I don't know. I feel like the older I get, the more willing I am because
it could be, yeah. It could be the other way.
Because years ago, I would have never even considered skydiving. Now I'm like, yeah, let's do it. My sister Wynn did it. She can do it. I can do it. You know,
You're like,
I can
kids
do it
growing up.
better.
Fuck it.
She's a
But
nerd.
I had this conversation with my mom back in 2020 because she got really mad at me when I decided that I wanted to go shark diving.
Oh my God.
She was very mad at me. She's like, "What are you doing? Why would you do this?" And it wasn't in a cage. It was just like open water shark diving, right?
Oh God, not even in a cage?
Not
No,
like she's swimming with great whites. Jesus, man.
quite literally. They took us 3 miles offshore and they threw a bunch of chum into the water. And the boat captain was like, "Oh, there's a silky, there's a bull shark, there's another bull shark, there's a sandbar. Okay, you guys jump in." And we were like, "Okay." I would do that 10 more times. Like, it was so crazy. It was so crazy. And I never imagined that I would have done it. But it's like the instant that I had the opportunity, I was like, yeah, I'm going. I'm doing that. And my mom was like, "What the hell are you doing? Why would you do that?" And I was like, you jumped out of a plane. Like, it's just a different type of adrenaline rush, right? At that point. Because I feel like it could be just as risky to jump out of a plane and be dependent on the parachute working or whatever. This is a different type of adrenaline.
Aren't bull sharks the one that
Yes.
attack more people than great whites?
Bull sharks are very aggressive.
Did you just say that confidently?
Bull sharks attack more people in rivers than anything else.
What
And
the
then
fuck?
also, to be fair, it was 2020 and like I had just gone through a serious breakup. The world shut down. My friend was like, "You want to go shark diving?" I was like, "What the hell?"
I almost put in chat today. You mentioned something about wanting to see a stingray,
Mhm.
and like all I could think about was Steve Irwin. I'm like, no,
No, I have this like, I guess, fantasy or dream, but of like all of the stingrays coming up and swimming around me, and I can just like pet them and play with them because maybe it's toxic. I don't know, to think that I'm just this like animal whisperer, but I just want to be friends with all of the sea creatures.
Aqua woman. If
Yeah.
you start riding the goddamn stingray on stream, I'll send you uni.
Jeez.
There she
Just, like,
goes.
buzz up.
She's off.
She's off again.
But that's what I'm so excited about with this new paddleboard is that I'm going to be able to be like on my paddleboard and not like in the water with the marine life if I need to not be in the water with marine life. You know what I mean? Or if I want to, I can get out and swim with them.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
And one more, since we have an expert here. Don't dolphins attack more people yearly than
Listen,
sharks?
Dolphins you gotta watch out for dolphins.
Shit, we found
Dolphins will
her.
hump
She
you.
doesn't like dolphins.
You gotta watch
She's
out for
anti-dolphins.
dolphins. No,
Yeah.
I like dolphins, but I don't think I would try to swim with them because they are.
They will fuck
Horny?
your shit up.
Yeah, they
They're
will.
horny.
They are.
Huh?
Dolphins like attack people in the wrongest ways.
What?
You haven't heard this?
We're on YouTube. You can say
Okay.
whatever you want, pretty much.
Dolphins literally will like try to fuck you.
How? With their beaks? Or they just start rubbing on you?
I
They
don't think they
just
have beaks, but
go for the wrong
Whatever
places.
their nose is called.
just go for it.
Is that what the statistics from? Is they're talking about that, not like real attacks?
Now Squirrel wants to
Did I
swim
just
with
learn? No, I don't want to fucking swim with dolphins.
Now Squirrel wants to swim with the dolphin.
I just know.
I mean, I've heard the jokes about it, but I didn't know that.
I just know that
they
I'm
were
not
that
trying
bad.
to find out. They're beautiful. They're majestic. I like.
I've swam with dolphins in Jamaica
Of course
or
you
Mexico, somewhere. It did not try any funny
That's when
business.
he knew.
Actually, we got the It was, change subject.
Zach will be your dolphin.
Zach,
I want to swim. You guys need to come down here to visit. There's lots of them.
Peachbum, if you want to refer back to your point, if you want to bring us back, I lost track of where we're at.
I've been hearing stories
About what?
about flying crabs.
You don't do that to It's in the thumbnail. I mean.
Yeah. I mean there's
It's fine.
There's a space crab in the thumbnail.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm prepared. I mentally prepared myself for this. I decided to open up and share a very vulnerable story. Okay, so I have dabbled with the world of psychedelics, right? Like I've messed around with them. It's part of my younger version of myself
You were a hippie.
Fuck yeah. I mean, I did all the things, really. Not all the things, but like a good number of them. But anyways, I was in this area in my life where I was tripping a lot, and I would go out to the beach. I would drive out to the beach by myself. I'm still here, still alive, so very grateful for that, because sometimes I don't know how I made it. But I would go out to the beach at nighttime and just kind of lay down and listen to music and watch the stars. And anyways, bioluminescence is a thing out there when it's really dark. There's no moonshine. You can see when you like run your fingers through the sand, not tripping, just completely normal. You can run your fingers through the sand and see the bioluminescence make the sand glow. So anyways, I was like playing with all that, and it was really cool. You could pick up seaweed and like move the seaweed around, and it would like light up and glimmer and shine. And I was like, oh, this is so pretty. And then there was this crab, and he was really shiny. He was like really bright. And yeah, the very first thing that came to my mind was how much this bright, shining crab might look like a shooting star had it been tossed. So we tested it.
That poor crab.
Yeah.
Just crawling along on the beach, glowing, shining bright like a diamond. Next thing you know, it's
just living his best life.
This is a life story behind this.
Yeah. Yeah, I did it. I picked him up and I chucked him, and he looked just like I thought he would. He looked like a shooting star. And it was like almost like a movie scene. Like it was slow motion. It was beautiful. I was like, oh my God. And then all of a sudden, when he hit the ground, he was more than like 6 pieces of crab on the ground. Like there was just lots of
still shiny though, right?
Still shining, just like lots of more pieces of crab. And my whole heart stopped, and I was like, "Oh my God!"
That's why Zach is coined. There's a song.
I just killed this crab.
The Reaper of the Sea.
The Reaper of the Sea. How would your vegan Vietnamese restaurant owner feel about that?
The Supreme Master Ching Hai would have been real pissed.
Supreme Master Ching does not approve.
Oh man, I've been in big trouble. But yeah, I was trying to explain that in my head, we see all these crabs that are like washed up on the beach and like picked apart by seagulls or just like fried by the sun and all that. So I like to think that this crab had a once in a crab's lifetime happening of being able to like go as a shooting star,
being able to fly
into the next world.
I hate to ruin it for you, but what about the crabs that get grabbed by seagulls and flown?
Yeah, they get to fly for a little bit.
Yeah, they get to fly too.
They are not shining stars in the night.
Yeah, they're not going.
They are not shining stars in the night.
Maybe not.
They are blistering in the sun and rotting crab meat flesh.
Crab meat flesh.
Yeah.
I kind of have a lot of curiosity around this, and I think I asked you about it in the notes. Not assuming that you're an expert on this, but I just find it interesting. What else with mushrooms? Like I've never done mushrooms or any type of psychedelics. Like what's the experience? What's the
lore?
Like?
What's it like? So my experience with mushrooms, the first time that I tripped was 19 years old, and I just remember it being really silly and happy feeling. I was with a good group of people, and for anybody that's listening to this, like I do encourage people to try it at least once, because in a way it just kind of, even if you do it just one time, gives you this like new perspective of ways to think about things because of the psychedelics, it just kind of like opens up different doors up there. But anyways, not saying everybody should do drugs. I think it's a good idea to try it at least once in your lifetime. But what it did for me was it just kind of like created this happy, silly feeling. There is when you first eat the mushrooms, usually regardless of how you ingest them, you're going to have to push through a tiny little bit of nausea at the beginning, but then it starts to set in, and then trips are usually between 4 to 8 hours, depending on
that's long.
Depending on the potency or like how much of a dose you've taken. They don't taste great. Different ways that I've ingested mushrooms are making tea from it. I have eaten them with Doritos, Oreos, peanut butter. I have just straight up eaten the mushrooms out of the bag, which it really does taste like they came from a cow pasture, which is where they come
I've
from.
heard they're not very good. I've never tried them. I heard they're pretty disgusting.
Yeah, they don't taste great. There's different ways that you can do it too. There's a way called lemon teching where you would grind the mushrooms up into almost a powder and put lemon juice, like straight lemon juice, in with them, and that's supposed to speed up the process of it setting in.
I know I used to work with a guy who used to do mushrooms, and he would put them like on a Whopper or something. And eat them that way.
Just anything to
Mushrooms go
disguise
back
it.
to like ancient cultures, like shamans. There's writings where I think they worship the mushrooms so much. It's gonna sound weird, but like literally, they called rain God's semen.
Yeah.
And it was fertilizing the mushrooms to grow.
Yeah.
And so the shamans could take it and like say shaman things and be wise. My curiosity is around ayahuasca.
Yeah.
And those things, which I like, from what I understand, the trip's only like 15 minutes, but it's like super.
It's intense.
It's super intense. Yeah. And man, I think 4 to 8 hours, that scares me. Like, I don't know if I don't want to be myself for that long.
Well, so the thing with mushrooms, and this is in comparison to like LSD acid, the thing with mushrooms is that I never felt like I was out of control of who I was. Like, I was aware of my surroundings. There's definitely, I don't drive a vehicle, like safety things. But I would say I can't even call it a bad trip, but like the worst experience that I had with mushrooms, I was at a festival and I was laying in a hammock, and of course at the festival there's like different bands coming up on stage and you're supposed to go and see all these different bands. Well, my group of friends kept coming up to me in this hammock and they're like, hey, we're going to see this group, we're going to see this group. And each time I was just like, no, it's okay, I'm good. I was just like looking at the sky and watching the clouds, and I literally was making peace with the fact that like if I died here in this hammock today, am I happy with my life? Am I happy with the person that I am? And I was like deep in it. And that was the worst mushroom trip that I've had. But I think, you definitely, if you're like not in the right group of people or you're not the right surroundings or whatever, it could go. That's my biggest piece of advice is like, make sure you're in a good headspace. You're with the right people. You're in a safe place.
I would pay. And Lucid, I had to get Lucid. He probably didn't have time, but if you've watched the same Joe Rogan's, like he talks a lot about psilocybin and ayahuasca, and like he literally thinks before anyone becomes president of the United States or any type of like leader, they should have to be forced to take ayahuasca or psilocybin just because it's so mind opening.
Yeah.
Like the experience like puts you in perspective of like, your place in the universe, like how small you are, like opens your minds up.
100%.
You come out of it a lot more caring about your fellow man or woman.
Yeah.
And all the bullshit with money and greed and power kind of get washed to the side. So that part of it's always intrigued me, as well as the people always say they meet these elves. Like there's all these stories about these mechanical elves, and they think they're literally like dimensional beings. So like thousands and thousands and thousands of reports of these elves when they take the psilocybin, which this is all natural stuff.
Yeah.
Like the psilocybin is derived from like a plant in the Amazon jungle or something like that, or a tree or something. But yeah, and then so last nerdy thing is the government has actually done like all these different tests on psychedelics. Like they've literally separated people that have never met each other before into different rooms, giving them like psilocybin or something like that. Then were interviewed. These people actually had connecting thoughts and dreams and experiences, like when they described it. Like, and so they were together in one place in this whatever world, but they had never met each other before. They were never shown each other, but when they were interviewed, they all could tell. And like, this is like in CIA or disclosed, like some type of freaking government. It's tracked. It's like documented.
Well, go ahead.
What about like peyote? I've heard that is pretty much the same thing, right?
I don't know a lot about peyote, honestly. That comes from a cactus, right?
Cactus, yeah.
With the psilocybin thing, first of all, I 100% agree in that taking on a political position like that, having that mind-opening experience would be beneficial because you're not, like I said, it opens doors. Like you get to see things from a different perspective and things that you might not have looked at clearly one way. You might have this like epiphany or a revelation of like, oh my gosh, I never thought of it this way until now. I think that it's definitely a tool that can be used. I actually did in my speech class in college, I did a whole speech on not just psilocybin, but ketamine and other drugs that not recreationally used, but as like clinically used, can be beneficial for things like addiction or PTSD. You know, a lot of therapy clinics are using psilocybin and ketamine, you know, in ways to help improve mental things. But yeah, I don't know. I think any politician should go on a nice little trip before they get elected.
Yeah. It's in our country strictly
record
like
it.
has it classified as like the most horriblest drug, you know, you could possibly think of, like psilocybin and ayahuasca. But other countries, they have clinics where you can like it's literally like they know the proper dosage, you're under care and guidance. And
Yeah.
I think Brett Favre was on Joe Rogan talking about he had done it. I mean, lots of comedians talk about doing it, but this is what famous and rich people are doing when we're off playing video games and getting shells on the beach. Like these people, they're off doing shit like that
Yeah.
and
They're
getting stem
doing
cell research in their
psilocybin
knee.
and Diddy parties.
Diddy parties.
No Diddy parties.
Yeah. So I want to address too that is not a part of my life that is in existence anymore, really. The last time I did anything like that was, well, actually, my best friend.
Well,
wait, I forgot about yesterday at lunch break.
Look, what's still tripping right now?
I forgot my best friend. She has never tripped before, and there's been a couple different times, and she lives in Utah, so like we don't see each other ever. But there's been a couple different times where we've tried to make it happen for her, and she's only wanted to do it with me because I have that experience with it. And I forgot last year, we finally got to experience that together. But it was such a different, wonderful kind of experience because being where I'm at now in life, you know, we just laid on a dock on a lake and we just giggled and we reminisced, and it was so wholesome. There wasn't any like shenanigans, like running around like hoodlums. Like I used to run around downtown Orlando while I was tripping and just, it would be wild. But this was just very wholesome and peaceful. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is I'm this isn't a part of my lifestyle anymore, but I do think it's something that I encourage people, if you haven't tried it, to at least try once.
I will one day, whether it's when I'm retired.
Don't do it in Vegas, Zach.
No.
In Vegas, it'll be bad.
I'll definitely, like for me, it's going to be ayahuasca or psilocybin, and I'll pay to go to one of the clinics.
I was going to say, I have a shaman friend, like he goes to Peru all the time and does the ceremonies down there, and he's told me so many wonderful things about it. And honestly, I think the only thing that has stopped me from doing it is fear of the unknown of it, because I know that it is super intense, but what I know that I could take from it is immeasurable. Like I know that would just have such a huge impact on my life. So it's something that I do want to try, but I need to figure out the right time, I guess. I don't know.
I've never done anything. Nothing.
That's okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty vanilla.
That's okay.
Yeah. I mean, I started my job young and yeah, can't do any of that. So
you know, before 19, I was in church. So I was like a very, very good girl. Like didn't drink, smoke, or get into any trouble through high school because I was very involved with church. And so I left church. I left the relationship that I was in was with kind of like a youth pastor person, and all of that I left all in succession and began experimenting with life.
Yeah, I was pretty locked down as a kid, and I'm so thankful we have a friend, like my guy group, my close friends. Like we had a dad that they had an awesome basement, had a pool table, was concrete, wasn't finished, which is like the perfect hangout when you're 17. And we were allowed to drink. We could drink moonshine. We drank Miller High Life. And
Ooh, Miller High
I remember
Life.
this guy's dad reminded me. I used to call him Chuck Norris. He was in my mind. He was 7 foot tall. He was probably 6'5". Blonde hair, blonde beard, real gruff. Just worked on equipment and stuff. Big guy, and he literally told us he would fucking kill us if we ever tried to leave that property intoxicated. But he gave us a protected environment to experiment, and I think he probably maybe saved our lives. Because I would have went buck wild when I went off to college a little bit more, and who knows what could have happened or would have happened if we didn't have that safe environment like the 5 or 6 or 7 of us.
I've always thought that was, I mean, I'm not a parent, so I don't know for certain how that would even feel. But I've always thought that if I was to be a parent and have teenagers who are going into the age where they have the ability to get their hands on things to experiment, is that I would want to offer them a safe place. Like, hey, if you're going to try this, like, please try it here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't encourage you to be doing this at this age, but if you're going to do it, exactly.
Yeah.
If you're going to do it, like, do it in a safe place,
Kind of the way I always looked at it is, yeah, my daughter, she's going to do what she's going to do. You know what I mean? I mean, I did what I was going to do when I was a kid. I know how it works. And I think the older we get, we kind of lose track of that. And no, you're going to do it my way. You know what I mean? But the wife and I both, I think, were really good about not judging and kind of, you want to drink here. Just don't fucking, like, you're going to vape, you're going to smoke, you're going to do whatever. Everybody does it, be smart about it. Don't be a dumb shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think having
like,
those
we
kind of
buy her
talks
White
is
Claws and
way
shit
better
here,
than the
whatever
shit
she
I
wanted.
Yeah, it's way better than being under the microscope and
Well, yeah,
controlled.
all you're going to do is push them away. You know what I mean?
Well, you're going to push them
So-
away, or when they are released, they're going to go buck wild. They're going to be like, oh, I've got so much to make up for because I didn't get to try this.
That's what I did, but it was confined to a basement, so it was good.
Yeah.
The first time I got drunk, I think I was probably borderline alcohol poisoning, blackout.
Last time I was in Vegas was probably, I was there. Yeah. Yeah, as an adult. Stupid. Oh my God. That was so miserable. Fuck. That was, yeah.
I remember the first time I got drunk, I was actually in middle school, and I was just, it was a Halloween night, and my friends and I got into her parents' liquor cabinet, and I want to say it was vodka that we were drinking, but we ended up going around egging houses, and then we crashed some college parties where we didn't
Oh my God.
yeah, we didn't go there to drink more. We actually went there to see if we could have the eggs that they had inside of the refrigerator so we could go egg more houses. It's like weird. But then, through high school, like I said, I didn't touch drugs or alcohol. I stayed out of trouble completely through high school, which I'm so grateful for. Like, I could have gone down a really bad path, and I dodged that bullet big time. But after college, or not after college, I'm sorry, after high school, I went off the deep end a little bit, and I started partying quite a bit, and I hosted some really incredible parties, if I'm being completely honest with you. Like, I had some really freaking cool parties, but it set me up to the lifestyle that led me to more of a destructive path than anything. So that's why I'm at where I'm at today, drinking these non-alcoholic beers.
Turd Hauler was asking what a life coach is.
I saw that. So basically, the way that I like to explain a life coach is if you're comparing it to a therapist is going to be somebody that you go to without, like, you have an end goal, but a therapist is going to dig deep and, like, do more work based off of your past, and, like, it's open-ended, whereas a life coach has more of, like, a niche to it. So if you have, say, an addiction, or you have something that you're trying to get from, if you're trying to start a new job, or you're trying to leave a job, or you're trying to get out of a relationship, or, whatever it might be, whatever that niche is, you would go to a life coach, and that life coach is going to set up a timeline to get you from point A to point B, and they're going to help you find the tools within yourself to get from point A to point B. They're going to basically give you a map, I guess, and they're going to be there to help direct you and guide you as you need to make those things happen, whatever that might be. Yeah. So, I mean, there's also a lot of psychology that goes into being a life coach, because you have different different situations from different people that are going to come up, but it's not quite the same as being a therapist.
Exactly.
Peachbum, we gotta talk offline.
Wait, what?
He said I better not go to you for advice on how to get out of mine and his relationship. That's funny. God, yeah, I gotta be confident. I gotta be confident in our relationship.
You just drink and talk yourself out of stuff. Yeah.
I mean-
yeah.
Sometimes you gotta talk yourself into things while you're drunk.
Mhm.
You gotta hype yourself up. You gotta be your hype man. Good. That was good. That was a good segment there.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
Another thing that I kind of wanted to touch on, because this is something that I struggle with, and I feel like you guys being content creators and streamers, is like burnout and the feeling of like, how do you keep going, or how do you allow yourself to slow down if you don't feel like you can slow down because maybe you'll fall behind. And I know there's a lot of people in the chat right now that, whether it's through streaming or content creation, whether it's through like home life, family life, work life, a lot of us feel burnout, and it's like, how do we allow ourselves to have the time to slow down and rest? I struggle with that, and I've found myself even more struggling with that, like now that, I've talked about all these different goals that I have. I've got a business that I'm trying to start up with, creating things with my seashells that are overflowing from my piles of other seashells here. I'm trying to write a book. I'm trying to grow as a streamer and continue learning the whole digital world. Like the audio issues that I have are always going to be my nemesis, I feel like. There's my home life, there's my work life, there's so many different things that are happening, and so of course we are feeling this burnout. But I think that it's important to give ourselves a little bit of grace and taking a step back and trying to look at how much we're actually doing, all of us, to try and rest when we need to, and listen to our bodies or our minds or whatever when we need to.
What, Lucid, go? Let you go first.
Go first.
I'm burned out. Through
I've been
800
burned out.
TikTok videos a day.
Well, streaming had me super burnout. And for 2 years, I refused to miss a day. Didn't miss a day for 2 years. Long streams, like 8, 12-hour streams, and just keep going. And I always felt like I had to, you know what I mean? And then one day, I just realized, screw it. It's going nowhere, so I'm done with it.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And I stream very rarely now.
Yeah, I was going to say, I
Yeah.
haven't seen you live as often. I didn't know if you were just trying out the different platforms or...
No, I went live on TikTok yesterday, day before,
Yeah, that was
for the
good.
first time in weeks.
You should
Weeks
have
and weeks.
announced it or something.
Why?
Limited edition.
No.
It was cuz I was excited to see you on TikTok.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
That's why I say too,
mean-
like I have to give it to Ange, because like every morning she shows up at 6 a.m. and she is like, even when you can see if she's like struggling to, keep control of the chat or stay on top of becoming a double unreal absolute baddie, like she's there and she shows up every single day. I can't imagine that kind of energy. Like I have to give her props.
Yeah, the thing that burns me out is no push at all on TikTok. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? No put, like right now I sit with the smallest chat I've ever had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Ever.
I've
Even
heard,
from when I first started.
yeah, I was gonna say, I've heard there's just a lot of inconsistency with that. One of my other friends, he said he used to have like, because he has a big following, like over 10,000 followers, and he said he used to have 50 plus people in his chat every single day, and now it's like 4.
Yeah.
And
I've had 600 in chat before. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? When I was new. You know what I mean? Like I've said it before, I went from 6,000 an hour down to like 100 if I'm lucky.
yeah,
102 hours. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So I don't know. I just at that point it's like, what am I doing here? You know what I mean?
Turd holler is...
It's
I think
happened to someone, I'm sure.
It has. I'm not making this up.
No, I've heard it. I've heard the jokes. I mean, I just didn't know it was that bad.
Yeah.
My name's Turd Holler, and I had an encounter with a dolphin.
Started
Hi,
out
Tur-
as sunny and 75. I had 2 Bahama Mamas, and the next thing I know, Flipper was flipping me over.
shit.
I don't know. For me, I guess I never get to burn out, but I've never took streaming as like anything more than a hobby.
Yeah.
Something I enjoy, the people aspect. I guess maybe in the beginning I had some dreams of grandeur that I would be the next ninja, but that went away like after 3 streams, like 4 streams. Started meeting friends and got my perspectives right. So now I'm not at risk of burnout because I do it when the fuck I feel like it.
Yeah.
Probably similar to like Lucid now.
Yeah.
Like it's
I don't think
is
that I'd
what it
ever
is.
want
But
to.
I feel it. I mean, I've had streams where it's 4 or 5 people in there, and it hurts you. The inconsistency hurts you, and I guess that's the power TikTok
Yeah.
has. Like, it's crazy how many people, how many eyeballs are on that app every day, and like I've seen crazy shit happen. Fuck, Kill Audio streamed. What was he streaming? The fight. They let him restream the fight. He got to fucking 12,000 people in chat. Like, and I watched the numbers go, and like literally, I was just amazed that there were that many people available
Yeah.
to watch something, and they all came to this one place. 12,000 people within 3 minutes. I watched chat go from 80 to 12,000, and I was like, the fucking power this app has to put so many eyeballs in one place
Yeah.
just based on its algorithm.
How about what's the most people you've seen in any big streamers chat on Twitch?
For me,
Happy
probably
Gal.
Happy Gal. Yeah.
How many?
Like 4,000.
4,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so every single stream, Burnt Peanut has 50,000+.
Does he really?
That's
Twitch.
crazy.
6,000, 58,000.
That's the guy that's just a peanut character, right? Never shows
Every
his face.
time he's live, 50,000+ people in chat. It blows me away.
That's
I don't know that I
crazy.
would ever
It's
want
funny though.
that many
I watched the
eyes.
videos.
Like I think about Happy Gal, and I mean, obviously, like at some point you just have to let go of the chat. Like you can't be on top of the chat at some point.
You gotta pick and choose.
But to sit
comments.
there and know that many eyes are on you, and how many people are basing judgments on you off of this tiny little snippet on this tiny little app of who you actually are. I just don't want that many eyes on me.
You need 30 mods that are on top of it, because in my experience, especially on TikTok, if you had 1,000 people, good majority are going to be negative haters, just making lewd comments, and I'm sure that happens.
Yeah, but if everybody's chatting at that point, all those get lost so quick anyway. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It does. I'm not sure I'd ever. Yeah, I don't think I'd want that. That would go against the reason I stream now. Like you would lose the connections. You wouldn't make new friends. Like everybody's just a fucking chat scrolling at 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I think I've thought through all that. I'm fine exactly where.
I just had a question, Squirrel. Are you commenting in the studio chat? This is not coming through on YouTube.
Yeah, I did. I forgot. What did I comment?
I don't know. You've been commenting here and there, but I'm just
I forgot. I got mixed up.
I don't know why it doesn't go through. It's weird.
I don't have anything in studio chat.
I commented for Turd Hauler. Is his comment. I said, I'm sure it's happened to somebody somewhere. For the group. Anonymous Reboot. Welcome in. Boomer King. It's 2. Welcome in.
Boomer King is a friend of mine that I was playing Fortnite with him before I started streaming. So he's been a friend and supporter through the whole stinking journey.
Nice.
Yeah. Thanks for being here.
Yeah. It's good to have those ones from way back when.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, guys, we're at what are we at? We're at 429 subs on the channel. On YouTube.
Things you've learned about how you show up for others. I think that's a good time.
Yeah. I guess with that one is mostly about setting boundaries for yourself or for myself. The experience that I've had with becoming a content creator and somebody that people watch and see I can be easily spread thin with where I put my time and invest my time into. So I guess for me, I have found that I have a core group of people that I know and trust that will support me in my decisions that I make and know who I am. I guess what I'm trying to say is that there's so many people that want a piece of my time, and it's hard to give everybody a piece of my time and not be, again, burnt out.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've had to set boundaries for myself and kind of be picky about the energy that I put out and where I put it out. And it's difficult because I think, along the way, you could probably find people who don't like that, or, they feel shut out in a way, but it's never out of disrespect for anybody. It's one of those things where you kind of have to be protective of your peace, because even in what people see in your world here online, they have no idea what's going on in your world off screen. You know what I mean? So it's like you could be investing in this person and this person and this person and this person, but then also outside of what's happening with that, you have your whole entire real life that needs your attention and your energy. So it's been a learning process for me to be able to juggle that and balance that respectfully, And I guess what I've learned too is that there's people who are going to be understanding of that and be like, oh yeah, totally. Like I completely understand. And there's going to be people like, well, boo-hoo. And like, I just don't know what to tell you.
I try to measure where people are at in their journey. Like if it's a fellow creator, then usually it's the newer creators that fall in probably to the same trap we all fell into, trying to overextend yourself and be everywhere at one time. I think Zach already said it, friends don't keep score, but
yeah,
man, I'll keep repeating that over and over because it's something you can hear it the first time and it may mean one thing to you, and you can hear it the second and third and fourth and fifth time and it may mean something else to you, because it gets really deep the more you think about it. But yeah, at this point in time, if someone spends 5 minutes with me in the stream, that means the world to me.
Yeah,
you know?
100%.
Like it's not mad that people don't show up every single damn day, or I would never expect them to show up every single stream or every single podcast or whatever it may be. We've got things to do. Maybe they just not feeling it. Maybe they don't want to vibe out with us tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe the last podcast we brought them down, or we you know what I mean? Like there's so many factors.
Yeah.
If they're here, I am truly fucking grateful. You literally could be doing anything else. You could be swimming with dolphins.
True,
you literally could be doing
somewhere.
Don't do it.
You could be
throwing crabs
visiting
across the parking lot.
Jeez, don't throw crabs.
There's literally you can be doing anything.
Don't recommend it.
I think that's the reset button. People should be grateful.
Yeah.
And if you see me once a week, maybe it's once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Be grateful for that, not aggravated.
Yeah.
Like you just can't be everywhere.
Yeah.
You just can't be everywhere.
No, that's basically it. It's just like learning to set boundaries for yourself so that you don't have the weight or burden, like you don't feel like it's a burden, like you have to show up to be in this person's stream or to go say hello to this person just for the sake of being there.
Do you really want to be around somebody that expects you to be there every single time? Like if I expected you to be in every one of my streams and if I treated you differently because you missed one, do you really want to be around that? Like, is that really who you want in your circle? No, fuck no.
Yeah.
You need to support more, Squrl.
I will.
You need to support more.
We're writing this down.
Gonna buy you fucking the dolphin tour.
The dolphin tour in Vegas.
You need to be more like what the hell's their names that almost got canceled.
The names we shall not mention.
Yeah, I don't even
no half-ass fucking support.
Yeah, half-ass support. I'm tired of your half-ass support. Get the fuck out of here. Who are you? God, that pissed me off.
Crazy.
I thought I did well with the TikTok I made because I wanted to say so much more, but still, I get comments. I get comments every once in a while on that video. Still, like people are like, "Yeah, they did the same shit to me." Yeah, cool.
I think.
Oh,
sorry.
I was gonna say my TikTok bashing video is almost at 1,000 views. So fuck them.
Well,
which one?
I was gonna say I think that them doing that, it sent kind of like a tidal wave, or it rocked the community just a little bit, but enough to where people were able to see or filter out who's here for the right reasons and who's not, and to make that message abundantly clear. Like they made their message abundantly clear, but it also gave the people who were here for the right intentions.
Well, what's funny is they actually rated me out one day on TikTok. And then after that, I went into their stream several times, and I never once saw them after that in my streams. You know what I mean? So how are you going to sit here and yell at your community for not supporting enough, and then you don't do the same?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they obviously weren't keeping good track on their spreadsheet like I do.
I totally believe you have a spreadsheet.
I have a shit.
You got an Excel sheet going on.
I have one of those. What's the voice thing? Yeah, when we get off a podcast, I'm like, mental note, remember Lucid said this, fuck him. What?
voice recorder. You
9/10 January 7th.
Yeah. Go back and count how many people gave you heart me's during your life.
Yeah, after I get off live,
Yeah.
76 heart me's were received. I didn't see Lucid. He's probably fucking sleeping. Bastard.
I show up anytime I see you live. I'm there if I see it.
You always pull up. I know that.
Even when
you're always
going to
have that as
videos.
a streamer. You're always going to have your closer, like you're going to have your closer ones that you'll go a little bit harder for, but they earn that. They're either your friend, they provide you some type of entertainment that brings you joy, that makes you happy.
Yeah.
So as a streamer, that would be my recommendation. You can't be friends to everybody.
Yeah.
You can't have 2,000. If you've got 5,000 followers, you can't have 5,000 friends.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
So challenge yourself to be entertaining, to provide that environment that's gives off good vibes, or maybe you're cracked at the game. Sometimes people are cracked at the game. If you're cracked at the game and can provide vibes, then you've got it going on.
Yeah.
But most of us aren't cracked at the game, where I would say, you're like that next level. So
no, I'm dog shit at every game I play, but you know what?
Lucid, what is it going to take to get you to play a game of Fortnite?
Many have tried, many have failed.
He does once a year.
What?
Once or twice a year.
It's like once a year, maybe.
Like if I play a game of COD, would you play a game of Fortnite?
God, I don't know, maybe. One morning, I was like, I'm going to play Fortnite. I didn't tell anyone. I started my live, I'm playing Fortnite. Next thing you know, I got Dino and his crew in my live. Come and play, come and play, come and play. I'm like, fuck, all right. And then I got all these 12-year-olds treating me like the president, and they're surrounding me to keep me alive. They were calling me the package and shit.
Oh,
what?
The package?
Yeah.
Were y'all playing Protect the President? Like this?
No, that's how they were treating me.
There's if we do customs, or like you could do it in a regular match, but like you make one, it's a challenge. You make one person not be able to pick up any weapons except for like a pistol, and then everybody else is Secret Service, and you have to protect the president the whole match, like keep him alive.
Yeah, there you go. If you can get Death Note to play Fortnite, I'll play Fortnite.
Damn.
Well, I've tried. Peachbum, you try.
No, like seriously though, every once in a while, just to mess with people, I'll start up Fortnite at the beginning of my stream, and I'll play like a couple games.
That's so messed up. If I saw that, I would be so excited, and then just so let down.
Right? I would probably share it out to all 10,000 followers.
Every once in a while, I'll be like,
how do you unshare after you share something out?
Right.
I downloaded
just private message and say like, nope, don't go in there.
I updated and downloaded Fortnite to play The Simpsons when that came out.
Oh, that's bad.
And Squrl stood me up, so I'd never even turned it on.
That was miscommunication. I didn't know you went that evening.
No.
Yeah, Squrl stood me up.
It was miscommunication. I didn't know.
So I didn't even turn it on.
I wouldn't stand you up, Lucid.
Whoa. Death Note Dad.
I'm buddy.
She
buddy
was like,
I'm buddy
what's
on Facebook.
going on?
You can be buddy on YouTube. It's fine.
No, it ain't. Yeah.
Nope. Peachbum, what are your thoughts on the version of yourself people get to see versus the one they don't get to see? I assume you mean on camera.
Yeah.
On stream.
Yeah. So I guess with that, I just wanted to talk about like how like I said, we see just like tiny little snippets of who people are when they're on stream, and then they hit the end button, and then they go off into what is their real world. And so my life specifically is chaotic in this point of my life. It's very chaotic. There's a lot going on as far as like I just moved, I just started a new job, and those are all really great things. I have 5 dogs. So usually
Jesus.
Yeah. And they're large dogs. They're not. So like on a daily basis, my life is almost like just a never ending. There is no end to the to-do list. And I know that that's a lot of people where if you have got kids or whatever, but it's like my morning routine. I'm up at like 5:30 in the morning to let the dogs out. 2 of the dogs right now, this is fun. 2 of the dogs right now, being a year old and still intact, have decided to try and figure out who the alpha is. So we have to keep them separated because they will try to kill each other if we don't. So that's been challenging. It's just a lot of raising 3 puppies that are a year old. And we took in one of the dogs that is she's a feral bitch. Like, she's absolutely amazing. I love her so much. She is just so freaking feral and wild that it's another task. So outside of streaming is exhausting because it's a lot of energy that goes into taking care of these animals. I love them so much. I don't know that I ever wanted 5 dogs, that I was mentally, emotionally, financially prepared to have 5 dogs, but it's just part of my life right now. And then, and there's things that go on with like family that, people don't see. And it's just like having an understanding that we're more than the person that you see on stream. Like it's like the same thing as if you were to walk into a grocery store. You don't know if you see a stranger, even if you have like a small conversation with them, you have no idea what they might be going through or what they might be experiencing. And there's just so much more behind that.
Right now, like, I think once my dogs go, I'm never going to have another dog. I'm at the point in my life where I want to travel and everything else, and I can't do any of that, especially now my dog's having seizures, so he has medication. They got to give him every 12 hours and he
Yeah.
cannot miss a dose. So, yeah, like the wife gets up, even on the weekends, she'll get up at 5 o'clock in the morning just to give him his pills
Yeah.
like crazy. But yeah, once my dogs are gone, then no more animals for me.
Yeah. It'll be nice too, though, like to have the freedom to travel, places like you can bring your dogs a lot of places when they're not having medical issues like that, obviously. But when you don't have an animal to worry about, it just opens up so many more opportunities.
Or there's a really nice kennel here that if we're going away for any amount of time, we'll put him in the kennel,
Mm-hmm.
But for the one dog, that's like 150, $100, 150 for like 2 days.
Yeah,
It's expensive.
I know. I
So,
can't go anywhere right now.
yeah, especially with 5. Oh my
No,
God. If
I
you had to
can't
kennel all
go
those, holy
anywhere.
shit.
No way. No
Yeah.
shot. 1,000. I think for me, the version on stream versus off, I'm pretty much myself. I feel like I've spent enough time either on, if you watch the podcast or you watch the stream, you pretty much get me.
Yeah.
But man, when I turn that camera off most of the times after a stream, you don't see like the drained me, like I'm like,
Yeah.
because if I'm that tired, I won't even start a stream. If I can't put off good vibes and be cranked up a couple notches versus normal life, like I said, that would be my 2 different versions of me. Is there's an energetic vibing squirrel, and then there's one that's just fucking tired boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. With me, if I'm on TikTok, I'm not the same person that I am because I'm so censored on TikTok.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? If I'm anywhere else, what you see is what you get. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And like my kids married and moved out, so my life's not hectic because of the kid. My life's hectic because of work and everything I got going on.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I kind of do it to myself. If it was just work, it'd be fine. But with all the shop and the stream and all the bullshit everywhere. I swear to God, I always have something going on, like the side business doing stickers and all that shit. Like, I just had another guy reach out to me. Another company wants me to do all his vans. It's like, fuck, when am I going to make time for this? But is what it is. I got to pay for my toys somehow. That's why I do all this shit. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
feel bad spending money if I'm doing side jobs to get the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like my setup, everything is all mostly side jobs, really. Just stuff like that. Just, grinding. I grind. Oh my God.
Need to.
Well, and I think that
But
the finding ways to, because like you said, Iron, like you are yourself on and off stream, it's about the same, minus, feeling tired right after your stream. But I think that in a way, I've been able to dial in by doing these like IRL beach streams. It's giving an opportunity, because when I sit down to play Fortnite, like, yes, I have fun. I show up, I bring the energy that I can muster up to be there and to be myself. But then after, I'm just exhausted. I'm like wiped. The chat was popping off on, both Twitch and TikTok. And, I'm getting absolutely wrecked because these lobbies are crazy. And I feel really, really tired after that. By doing these beach streams and doing these IRL streams, whether I'm on my paddleboard or I'm sitting over here with my seashells, it's so much more, for me, it's so much more like peaceful that I can kind of just like be myself and not feel exhaustion after the stream the same way that I would sitting in front of my computer.
Have you done a paddle board stream yet?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, I must have missed it.
Yeah, I did one. So I've only taken my paddleboard out once. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I need to get an inflator because I manually blew up my paddleboard that
Yeah,
time.
fuck that.
Whew,
No,
boy,
hell
I
no.
was ready to go back home by the time I got the paddleboard inflated. I was
I
like,
have one on
I gotta go
TikTok shop
paddle
for it.
now.
I'm totally
Yeah,
kidding. Totally kidding.
TikTok shop, Lucid. Any recommendations?
I'm sure I can find one.
Inflatable,
I'm sure I can find one.
No, so I've actually got one in my Amazon shopping cart. I just need to buy it. But yeah, I took the paddleboard out and it was really cool. Audio I think was fine. Like the picture was fine on the stream. Um, I think so. I have this neck hold like phone holder thing and I need to try that. I haven't tried it yet, but it'll give me a hands-free way to have my phone held up. And then I've got Tickfinity on my phone now too, so it's not like I have to see my stream to see what people are saying on there because it will just I can have it read it out to me.
Dictate it.
So all those things are not created equal. I have one that I actually use for the GoPro when I'm streaming on the sim.
Mhm.
That'll sit like right here.
Okay.
My problem is my beard's always in front of it, but
I have the same issue.
Hairs start coming down in front of the screen. It's fucking
yeah. But
like Stranger Things.
they're not like some of them are much better than others. So
Okay.
I mean, if you find one you hate, there's probably a better one.
Okay.
Could you use those glasses, not the Metas? There's a different company, and they're pretty affordable where it actually has a screen built into the glasses. This is a question for probably Lucid, but like they also have cameras. So imagine you're wearing these glasses, they're connected to your phone, you can see chat, and the camera is attached to that, and that would show streams.
That's almost like a VR thing.
That sounds like crazy.
Imagine that on a paddleboard.
That would be super dope. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I've never even seen those. I've seen them with like screens inside, but I don't know, like augmented reality type thing.
I keep getting the ad on Facebook, I think. It's,
Speaking of,
and it's like a TV, like you could put like Netflix in these glasses, and it's like, but it's like, but they're like Meta glasses. They're not. It's not a VR headset. It's glasses.
Yeah.
Right.
They have speakers and cameras.
Speaking of VR, I'm super excited because I found something I had no idea was even possible. You know how VR now has augmented reality, right? It mixes your space with VR. You know, there's actually an app. It's like $10 for the VR app, but you can take your artwork and put it up on a wall and pin it, right? Almost like putting a projector on the wall, and then you can paint or draw or whatever murals on your walls or whatever.
That's cool.
And like, I'm not artistic at all, really, but I could do that. I'm thinking about doing some shit down here, like a whole wall mural or some shit. And you literally, you can just, you take and you pin it to the wall and then it never moves. You can take the headset off, and then put it back on and it would still be there.
So it works like a projector?
Yeah, but it's like permanent until you take it off, and you can change the opacity and stuff so you can see through it. You can change the angle and the skew and anything you create.
Size,
like,
cool.
Like if you wanted to do Iron Squirrel on the wall,
yes, I could do it.
You could like use the projection from the VR to trace it out or paint it out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Perfectly. You
Yeah,
know? So
like a mural of Iron Squirrel riding a dolphin.
Go to YouTube and search for go to YouTube and search for like painting a mural using VR. There's a ton of videos on it.
Yeah,
and
that's cool.
It looks freaking awesome.
I won't even paint my walls with a roller, much less do a fucking mural.
I've done I've done all kinds of art. I try and be artistic.
I'll have it all over me, the carpet, on the roof.
I'm a painter by trade. Did you know that?
Now I'm actually looking at the roof where there's like marks where the roller touched the ceiling.
Yeah, I'm a painter by
20
trade.
years ago. I'm never painting again.
But yeah, I thought that was super cool.
Yeah.
So if anyone has VR, look into that.
I got Peach Bum's thinking about these glasses now. She's like, man, imagine paddleboard, hands free, hands are completely free, chats in your lenses.
Yeah.
The camera's on your head.
Yeah.
I actually have a
audio
pair
in
of
your ears,
like Meta knockoff glasses. And I have not even made a video on them because they sent them to me and then they were sold out. So whatever.
I haven't used the Meta glasses, but I have a couple of friends who use them, and it's really cool to watch. Like they'll just be doing like whatever random daily shit that they do, and it's like watching a stream, but is it something that you have to pre-record, or can you actually like be live from them?
Can be live.
You can be live.
The
from
thing
them.
I don't like about the Meta Quest glasses is you can only record for like 2 minutes or some shit at a time. 2 or 3 minutes.
Maybe with the Meta.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to think, because I really don't know how it all works, but like eventually in my head I'm thinking like, man, it'd be so cool if I could somehow connect, because I know GoPros have Bluetooth. So if I could somehow connect a GoPro to my live stream that's on my phone hanging out on my paddleboard or something. So I can take my
think you
GoPro
can.
underwater and like have my stream underwater.
I think
Is
you
that a
can.
thing? Is
I
that
think
too
you
many
can.
is that too many extensions?
I'd be worried about the connections.
Yeah.
I thought
Well, see, and
underwater.
The phone wouldn't be able to go under unless you had like one of those really nice.
I have an underwater case and I
cases.
tested it and it worked. I think it worked pretty okay. I
But I
used to
think to
have a case.
live stream it, you would almost have to be wired, would be the problem. Because I don't know how well the signal would flow through the water, you know what I mean?
So for instance, let's say like the last paddleboard stream that I did, I had good service because I was above the water. You know, I was like not out in the middle of the ocean. I was kind of in this bay area. So I had service on my phone. If I was using that to be streaming, would it still like go kaputs if I took the GoPro that's connected to Bluetooth? Or?
Yeah, that I don't know. I have no
Yeah.
idea.
Just
I don't know how
ideas
well
in my
Bluetooth
head.
I'm sure.
would work.
Yeah. That
Worth
would
a
be something to
try.
research.
Give it a try.
I'm sure somebody's figured this out.
Yeah, I'm sure people are live streaming from the bottom of the ocean. I just want to be a mermaid.
The mermaid live stream.
If you do one with sharks, that thing will pop off.
Yeah.
Got her thinking.
Yeah. I've got pictures and videos from the shark diving thing, because I did have a GoPro at the time with me. And like I said, it was mesmerizing. I would absolutely do it again.
Yeah.
How do you define your success / becoming gentle with your timeline?
Okay, so I think that because starting out as a small streamer and seeing the way that my timeline is compared to other timelines is important to not compare them. You know what I mean? Like to not say like, oh, I have to be at this point because so and so is at this point. Or I think what matters the most is the amount of joy that is bringing you, and keeping that your top priority. So like if you are feeling burnt out to where you need to take a break, allowing yourself that time to take a break and rest, and not being like, oh, well, this is going to put me so far behind. Or, you know, being the age that I am now, like I look at a lot of my friends, this is outside of streaming, but I look at a lot of my friends and see where they're at and the points that they're at in their life, and they've bought houses and have kids and all this stuff. And I'm like, well, I'm just so far behind in all of that. But I think for me, it's been a learning experience to give myself some grace. You know, looking at the journey that I've been on, the path that I've been on, there's a lot of things that maybe I've been able to do and see that they haven't been able to because, you know, because they have a house and kids, you know, like they haven't been able to travel, you know, the way that I have, or do some of the things. So just mostly wanted to address like not comparing your timeline to other people's timelines, because the most important thing is like your happiness and where you're at, and finding things to be grateful for and where you're at.
Right. That's good advice. 100%.
It's not always easy. Like sometimes it's easier.
You can't compare.
Yeah, sometimes it's easier said than done, but I think it's important to be reminded of.
I've been bad with setting goals the last couple of years. I've just kind of been going through, you know.
I think it was you that said this. I think I asked you what your goals for 2026 was, and you said you're just going to keep on keeping on. And I think that's a great goal. I mean, if you've got a flow and it's working for you, then why change it?
I did say that. That's exactly what I said.
Yeah. Keep on
It's
keeping
funny
on.
you brought that up. I forgot about it. I'm like, that's what I've been doing for the last 2 years. Yeah, like I remember a point in time in life where I had a goal. I'm going to buy a house. I'm going to get this job. I'm going to move up. I'm going to get this position and this award at work. And I'm going to do this. I feel like now I'm just like coasting. Maybe that's a bad thing. Maybe I need to check myself.
Maybe it's
and
not
set some
though.
goals.
maybe it's not though. Maybe I mean I'm not saying to be like complacent, but if you're at a point in your life right now where you feel so happy and content that like it's like, okay, I don't need to have a goal right now. Like it's not like you're never gonna have a goal again. But I think that's something to be like maybe proud of, or just like I've made it to a point where I don't need to have a certain goal set right now because I feel accomplished
Yeah.
or happy in what I've achieved and what I've worked for.
I think I'm still hungry.
I
think this is a conversation I'm going to have with myself
yeah.
later as a mental note.
Yeah.
Like, check myself, checks and balances. Like, is this, what do you want to
I
do?
gotcha.
If you do have a goal, what do you want it to be?
I'm always hungry.
Yeah, I need to challenge myself or something.
Yeah.
Challenge myself to be in Vegas.
Yeah. I kind of, Squirrel always talks shit about my TikTok shop, but that's kind of a goal. See, that's kind of a goal I've set for myself. You know what I mean? I want to at least make a Ruby creator, which is 150,000 in total sales a month.
Wow.
Right.
I want to see you buy a fucking McLaren with your TikTok money.
Exactly. I've said it 100 times. I want to get rich off of brands, not people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They got money to spare, so why not get a piece of that pie? You know what I'm saying? And my second month doing it, I made platinum, which I never expected to do. Which is, I did like $28,000 in sales.
What is what do you take from that?
Roughly 10%.
Okay,
is my cut.
That's great,
So,
though. I mean,
yeah. I mean, for making some stupid ass TikTok
that's what I was gonna
videos
say. It's almost very passive.
and a ton of free shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not passive at all.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
It's a lot
he's
of work.
probably received another $3,000 worth of free
At
merchandise.
least I have a whole bookshelf here. Like, it's to the point now where I have 5 to, like, yesterday I got 6 packages on my doorstep.
I might pick your brain like behind the scenes after this or whatever, because I mean, if it's something that anybody can do, I mean, I don't have as big of a following as you do, but it might be a little bit more difficult, but to me, it might be worth learning.
You don't even need the following. I mean, you need a certain number to get going. Like, I think you can start on a limited TikTok shot, limited, you can start at 1,000 followers.
Okay.
And then to be full blown, it's 5,000.
Now, the only thing, if I was to start like a TikTok shop, like what we were saying, just so that I can be making seashell jewelry, necklaces, or, whatever I make over there, that would kind of like blend in then with whatever other brand stuff I would try to be selling, or can you keep it separated?
I think you can do both. I haven't done both, so I can't speak too much on it. But like, to have your own shop, I don't think you need much of a following at all to start selling your own stuff. Start a business account on TikTok is what it is. I'm sure you've seen it in the lives. People have the little basket thing instead of, you know what I'm saying? It's like services or whatever it says.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think you could also do the affiliate stuff like what I'm doing.
Do you have like an LLC for it?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I have a sole proprietorship just for the fireworks, but it's not connected to TikTok in any way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's some, like, it's ridiculous. Some of these dudes are buying McLarens. Like, I watched one guy, he built a whole friggin' barn dominium that's just absolutely full of shelving of free shit. And that dude makes $100,000 a week. He bought a brand new C8 Corvette, custom everything on it, and the dude doing the interview asked him how long it took him to pay off that car. He said about a week.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Yeah, like, it's no joke. I mean, if you want, like, I'm still figuring it out, what works and what doesn't. I think my problem with my videos is I over-explain a little too much. I just need to get straight to the point, but I have a hard time doing that because if I'm buying something, I'm the type of person, if I'm going to buy something, I research the shit out of everything. You want like
the full review.
You know what I mean?
Well, there you go. Say reviews and comment. Is there a way to you can link other videos to videos, right? Could you do a review video and attach that to a sales pitch video?
I don't know, maybe. I don't know how, I don't know. Because the only way I've found that you can link them is if you video reply to a comment.
Or what if it was like a call to action type video where you're like, okay, I got this and blah, blah, blah. This is what it is. Check out this next video, part 2, for the review
Right.
of how this worked, so that if they want the actual full review, it's another call to action for them to check out your next video.
Right. So you break it up into 3 core categories of videos. You got bottom of funnel, middle of funnel, top of funnel,
Yeah.
right? Top of funnel would be you explain everything, unboxing, this is how it works, this is how you do it, blah, 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 blah. Right now it's this amount off, hit it up in the shopping cart, whatever. That's top of funnel. That's technically, that's pretty much what I do. Middle of funnel would be like a little bit less like this, this is how you do it, whatever, hit it up, whatever. And then bottom of funnel would be like we've all seen them. They're annoying as shit. They show the product still in the box. Usually it's probably not even their product. They're at the store or something, Oh, right now it's on double discount. Hit it up before it's gone. And that's the whole video. You know what I mean? And actually the bottom of funnel does really well. I just have a hard time doing that. Like I could go to Target and make probably 40 videos in an hour at Target. Just take video, come home, voice over them, and be done with it.
That's
You know
crazy.
what I mean? I don't even have to get the product.
Then how do you sell the product? You just
You
link
just
it?
you just link it in the shop.
That's fucking crazy.
When they use the link, that's how you get.
And then like I'm to the point now where I actually have brands reach out to me asking me to promote their shit, and
I do too. Bras.
bras. Yeah.
Why?
I get a lot of those too, actually.
Okay.
I get a lot of supplements. Like I actually a big thing that I'm kind of proud of is they call it verticalization, and I've heard it's really hard to got my verticalization thing through TikTok already. And they basically put you in a category. So mine, because I've been doing so much knives, is basically like sports and outdoors. So I've been getting a lot of stuff for like camping gear and knives and
Oh, sweet.
all kinds of shit like that. That's not what the category I wanted to be in, but that's kind of where I found myself, because I was trying to be more like in the creator side, electronics kind of thing, keyboards.
They're great. They're fantastic.
Did you buy that from his?
I feel like I got you into knives. First of all, before he ever started selling in the shop, I found these knives on TikTok shop.
You did.
I bought one.
And I bought one.
And I said how amazing they were. And then he bought one. And the next thing you know, he's selling thousands of them.
Did you buy that from his TikTok
dude.
shop?
No, I bought this before he even started selling on TikTok.
Like, it's amazing how many fucking knives I've sold. It's crazy.
Wow.
Crazy numbers. I mean, and it's wild. From November, December, like my sales have gone like from this to straight down the fucking
after the holiday
shitter. You know what I mean? But I've heard that's what it does. I went from doing $1,000 a day on a normal day to like $100, $200, $300.
Tax season's coming. Tax returns will be hitting mid-February.
Yeah,
March.
But
that's true.
I like buying shit on TikTok, even if it's not free. I'll always request it for free, and if I don't get it, then I got to buy it. But it's kind of crazy. I just like, oh, that's cool. I kind of want one of those, and I'll request it, and they'll send it to me for free. Fuck you.
Is that how
you're gonna get saunas?
You're gonna get saunas?
I requested $1,000 sauna, so we'll see. Here lately, I've been getting a lot of people wanting to send me those electric bikes.
Oh, those are badass.
Those are cool.
That do like 40 miles an hour.
Yeah,
yeah, those are awesome.
Are they like 10cc or
the what?
He's fast as shit.
Yeah, or that would be like 49cc, huh?
I think you gotta put a damn license plate on that here in my state.
Yeah, they're like street legal and all kinds of shit. It's crazy.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it's weird because they'll send me an invite and then I'll request it, and then they won't ever do anything with it. So I don't know. I've been getting a lot of cologne lately too. I don't know. It's weird.
I saw your cologne ad.
Yeah, I got like 4 more to do.
Peach bro.
Like
so is that how you started off doing it? Or you just like request to get something for free and then you just turn around and make it ad
I
for
think
it?
when I first started doing it, I bought the products to do it. You don't even have to get them for free. You'd be amazed how much shit you have that's on TikTok Shop.
Yeah.
I was looking around as an example. Like a
lot of the stuff that you have already is on TikTok, and you don't have to get it from TikTok to make a video on it. You go to Target and buy something, you can make a video on it as long as you can find the same product on TikTok Shop.
Yeah.
So Riley just in your chat. And they have an Azeron partnership. If they pre-bought several Azerons, they could sell those on the TikTok Shop.
I think so. But then you got to deal with all your own shipping and everything else.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people do the drop shipping thing. But a lot of people also do like
gonna
custom
find
t-shirt
something.
shops, you know, they'll make 1,000 t-shirts. Like the one I have, that's when Haktua Girl was big. It's if she don't Haktua, I don't talk to her. They were selling those shirts, and they were making those in their freaking kitchen. I watched them do it on a live stream.
Holy shit.
That's crazy.
Just gotta find something that's in demand.
You got to be able to keep up with that TikTok demand if your shit goes off. You know what I mean?
Can you imagine selling 100,000 units and you got like 20 made?
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Yeah. Fuck my life, right?
I mean, I have the product for 100,000 shells, but I can't make it happen
You
so
make
quickly.
100,000.
Start hiring little
3 days.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you do live streams, if you were to do live streams and only take orders for on your live streams, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You could do it that way. Then you kind of keep tabs on, you know, you don't overdo yourself.
Yeah.
Or extend yourself.
Infinite seashells.
Is there anything we haven't asked you that you want to talk about?
I don't really think so. I feel like we had some good rabbit trails, and
yeah, it always goes sideways.
I love it.
That was great.
Yeah.
I knew it. For me, I think the psychedelic, that was the
flying
good
crab
segment there. We were all over the fucking place. Definitely the streamer conversations. What's your thoughts on being on a podcast first time? Was it easy?
Yeah, it was a lot easier than I thought it would be. I guess I kind of felt like not intimidated, but just I think being a streamer, I'm kind of used to the camera being on, being in front of a camera, but it was the unknown of, am I going to be entertaining enough?
Yeah. It's just conversation.
Yeah.
That's the
We sit here
the
and
more
bullshit.
fluid
That's
you
all
can
it
make
is.
friends, make it like friends talking.
Yeah, exactly.
And entertain, chat a little bit, have a balance to it.
Exactly. I'm really excited. I'm going to say I'm really excited to know that this Vegas trip is like an open invitation thing. Like, I'm so excited about that.
Lucid, did you give the dates?
Hey, did you know Death Note's going to be in Vegas too?
I knew that.
Oh, yeah.
Every time I bring up Vegas, I have to mention her, apparently.
Awesome restaurant. She's already showed me a
mad.
restaurant we got to eat at.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget the name of it.
The restaurant in Vegas, some Asian restaurant. It looks really good. Yeah, what did I say? The 28th through the 30th, leave on the 1st?
Do we dress up? Do we bring costumes?
Business casual.
What if I want to be Bob Ross in Vegas?
No, you need to bring your Zach Galifianakis shirt.
Yeah.
Yes. I guarantee you I can get some lady to give me her baby.
What's the baby's
I bet
name?
you I can get a real baby by the end of the trip. I'll have a real baby. Can't fucking to you.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about flying out on the 29th, probably midday, and leaving on the 1st
of October.
Yeah.
I'll have to look at flights.
Cool.
So that's just like 29th, 30th, 31st. So 3 nights there.
Yeah. That's plenty.
Leave on the
Plenty of time.
That's about right.
Yeah.
That's about right for me.
Plenty of time. Probably stay where with the plaza down on the old strip.
Oh, look at prices.
Right. Yeah. If you don't know what you're doing, updating bios. Watch a few videos first.
Death Note.
The bio.
What do I have to do to get you to play a game of Fortnite with me?
Good luck. Many have tried. All of them have failed.
I'm gonna
Actually,
try.
she played one time. I don't know who she played with, but I remember her playing one time. I think she was talking to you, Iron Squirrel, because I'm not buddy anymore, apparently.
Well, no, she said that on YouTube, so she's talking to you.
Got it. Hello.
I don't know who thought it was a good idea to have I swear I have the worst luck with PCs. I'm just very frustrated. I wanted to go live yesterday at 5:30. I got to my PC at 5. I had an update come through. It was one I couldn't roll back, and my entire USB hub was not being detected by my PC. None of my monitors were working except for my monitor 1. Anything USB hub related that plugged into that wasn't. My keyboard wasn't fucking working. 5 fucking hours it took me just to get it going, and then I ended up having to spend $250 and buy another hub.
Oh my gosh!
And now it works. Kinda.
Now it works for now. Well, yeah, the USB-C port on the back of the PC is still not working. It powers my keyboard, like it lights up, but nothing responds.
Yeah,
my monitors still don't work. It was from the update. I was talking to FB6 Chris this morning, and
like a
he said his
driver
ports. Yeah, it was a security update for USB-C drivers. They screwed something up, and it wasn't something I could reverse.
Yeah. So basically, Death Note, you just tell me which variation or version or whatever. I know there's like Warzone. Okay. Like I'm on it. 3 hours. 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then
playing
you're going to play Fortnite with me. And then Lucid's going to play Fortnite.
Yes, we can make this a thing.
I'm making this happen.
I'll join in on that.
I'm making this happen.
I'll play COD for 3 hours.
Yep, let's do it. I'm making this happen.
For a trade, equal time,
Yeah.
3 hours on Fortnite.
3 hours on Fortnite.
3 for 3.
And no negativity
Lucid's
allowed.
so happy about this too because he
negativity allowed.
he said, and everybody was here to witness it, that if I got Death Note to play Fortnite, that he would play Fortnite.
did. And just so you know, I'm goated at Fortnite. Don't tell anyone.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it.
I'm goated.
Trying to get them bot matches.
But I'm busy till 2027.
If we get Death Note on, we'll really have some bot matches.
Yeah.
I'll be like Adam, give me some more of them bot matches, Death Note. I forgot what it's like to win 10 matches in a row.
Yeah.
This is like 3 years ago, Fortnite.
Right. Like PC is a bitch. It really is. You gotta be in it for the love of the game. You know what I mean?
Fuck that shit.
I just had all kinds of PC problems today. Yeah.
So much easier being a console player.
I spent like 5 hours installing this new shit on my sim rig. I had to like cut metal parts and
I got off of work sitting in my underwear trying to talk him through on video call how to get his force feedback on his wheel. I never showed you my underwear, but I was sitting in my underwear right here talking you through like, try this, try that.
Okay. I was wondering why you kept looking at the floor.
To make sure my camera was.
No, but yeah, I had to to make it all work, I had to cut shit and drill shit. Yeah. And so I get it all set up. I'm excited. I hook it up to the game. I start the game and the wheel's just dead. If you ever raced with force feedback, you know you can't do it without force feedback. It was awful. So I ended up having to do a chipset update and all kinds of shit. And then it started working.
I already screenshotted it.
There's so many fucking things to update. Like, why doesn't the chipset update on its own? Why doesn't my drivers, certain drivers don't update unless you manually do it? Like, why don't they do it automatically?
Well, the ones that don't automatically do it are the ones that come from the manufacturer. Like, I had to go to Asus's website to find those updates. You know what I mean?
I bet you if I'd have went to the website for the cheap ass hub, it probably would have fixed it.
No, maybe.
But I didn't save the packaging.
Your Type-C port's still not working, right?
No.
Yeah. So that happened to, you said somebody else, the same thing happened to. I would almost be willing to bet that a Windows update broke that. And they'll do another update to fix it and it'll work again.
And you can't reverse an update, right?
This one you can't.
You can roll back some Windows updates, but it wouldn't let me do this one.
I know it's not with Windows, but with OBS, I did an update that was, it showed that it was available. So I was like, okay, I'm supposed to stay on top of these updates. So I did the update, and for whatever reason, it really fucked up the ADEM vertical plug that I had. And I couldn't figure out, it took me a long time because, as you all know, I'm very challenged when it comes to this stuff, but I was like dead set determined to figure it out. I finally figured out that it was because of the update that my OBS, everything was so messed up. So I ended up having to roll it back to and I'm like, why would they put out an update that's going to mess everything up and it's unfixable?
Amen.
I had the same thing happen, and I ended up reinstalling ADEM, and it worked fine.
It's just such a pain.
Yeah.
It's so
I
feel like with my PC, I've
Meld.
literally spent probably a 40-hour work week over the last year fucking with shit.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about switching to Meld.
I don't know much about Meld.
So much.
In my head, if I was to try and mess around with any other platform, it would probably be Lumia. I don't know if Lumia does exactly the same things.
No.
That reminds me, my friend sent me a text message that there's a streamer named Tangent. Do you guys know who Tangent is? Okay, neither do I. But he and another person are partnering and are trying to create a platform called Dual Stream that's supposed to simplify having multiple platforms running at the same time. And they're in a beta testing.
That's what Meld does.
So I don't know. I will have to look into Meld a little bit more and see.
So you know how to use
That's
OBS.
what Agent Riley are using.
You know how to use OBS,
For Twitch.
right? In OBS, just to make it so your camera isn't square, so you have rounded edges or a drop shadow behind your camera, is a feat. Like, that's why I never did it.
Yeah.
Meld, it's a click of a button. It's all built into Meld.
Okay.
All the transitions, like it'll do like a camera move or whatever. It'll move all of them around like seamlessly, and they'll flow rather than just a cut, to the next scene.
So Meld would replace OBS?
Yes.
Okay.
Fuck.
And Meld basically has the ATEM vertical and multi-stream functionality built into it.
What's the usage on CPU and all that?
I've heard it's less.
Wow.
Okay.
That's kind of why I want to try it out.
Does it do anything like combine the chats together?
I think it does.
I don't even know how that would
I'll research it.
work, but as far as
how long's Meld been around? Like, when did this? I've never even heard of it until
6 months.
Like the last couple of weeks.
When they first came out, they didn't have a vertical. That's why I kind of wrote it off. And now they have a vertical and multi-stream and all that stuff. So
I saw somebody streaming on Twitch the other day, and their stream was vertical. Is that through Meld, do you think, or is that a Twitch thing?
Like, it could be. It's you have to apply for it on Twitch.
Yeah, you have to apply.
I applied for it. I haven't heard back.
I'll tell you what not to use. Every streamer out there, do not use Streamlabs. It is complete dog shit.
I used it for the first year.
I don't know why everyone uses Streamlabs. It's complete dog shit.
That's very
Why do you
CPU.
say that? What is dog shit about it?
I used it for like on OBS, for example, you can end one stream without ending all your streams. You know what I mean? That was the big one for me. Plus, just the usage of it.
It's gotten better. I think it's probably since you used it, they've
and ever
refined it a
since
lot.
I used that program, because I gave it a try, ever since I used it, every time I turn my computer on, I get like 3 or 4 pop-ups from Streamlabs. No matter what I do, I've turned everything off. I can't figure out how the hell it's doing
Fucking quarantine that. Just quarantine Streamlabs and
like, what the fuck? Get out of here. It's uninstalled. It's like
software.
it opens the web browser to the website every single time.
Really?
And it'll do like 3 or 4 tabs. It pisses me off.
I know, Zach. I just got my OBS going. Now everybody's jumping the mill.
See, I've
been wanting to do Meld. I might make a video on it.
I've used OBS since day one. That's what I started off, what I learned how to use. But I'm not completely closed-minded to trying and switching over.
OBS is just a lot, especially if you're new. And
I've done things like try to change the shape of my picture box, and it's just, I'm like, what am I doing? Why is there so many steps just to make us corner rounded?
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So, and you got to download 1,000 different plugins.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous what you got to do. But Meld kind of combines everything that you ever wanted for your stream into one, and uses less resources, and you don't got to download 1,000 plugins. I've been wanting to switch over a long time, but I got so much shit on my stream. I've had to, like, when I switched to dual PC, I had to redo my whole OBS over there, and that was a task. But, when you do that, it does clean everything up, and you get rid of all the useless bullshit that's been just sitting there that you don't use,
Yeah. So if Lumia doesn't do if it's not the same kind of platform, what is Lumia for? Because my understanding was, I guess, is it like more controlling like bots or?
Lumia has a bot. You can control your, like, if you got lights that are able to be controlled.
Yeah, I knew that.
They do like all the overlays like you see on mine, the pop-ups and stuff. I have all those like on my Stream Deck.
So is it like Stream Elements?
No.
No? Okay.
I don't think it's like Stream Elements at all.
It's probably more like Streamlabs. Meld's probably like Streamlabs, more refined, is
maybe
more user-friendly.
But if you do decide to go with Lumia Stream, you can use it for free, but you only get like 5 things or whatever. I don't like 5 of the pop-up like overlay things. If you do decide to pay for it, I would just pay for the lifetime. Don't be like me. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to use this, so I paid for the the $50 a year is what it is.
Yeah.
Or it's $150 for lifetime.
Free. I'm using the free.
Oh yeah, you don't use it to its potential.
No, I don't. Makes my lights flash.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're only going to use it, for the minimum stuff, then don't pay for it at all.
Yeah.
But it'll combine chat and do all that too.
Peachbum, words of advice for someone starting out streaming. Last time I asked, what would you tell yourself? Now, what would you tell somebody else?
Don't do it.
Don't get a
Step
fucking PC.
away.
Don't buy a PC. Don't do
Step away. No.
Don't-
I mean, I would probably say like watch other streamers, see what's working for them, what's not working for them. Don't be afraid to ask questions. For me personally, I'm like hyper independent and I don't like to ask for help, but I found that sometimes it just really comes down to being like, yo, lay this out for me. I don't know what the heck is going on. But for me, like, I think when I started out, it was a lot of researching, what do you want to, like, not like necessarily brand yourself, but like what kind of image do you want to portray, and watching other streamers to see, ways to show your personality, the way that, they can keep up with chat, or the way that, like, I think when I started on Twitch, there's a streamer, her name's Flex. She's super awesome. And she also posts a lot of TikTok content out about how to improve your streams and your Twitch and all that. But I did so much research and watching her content to try and like just get an idea of what I wanted to portray. Don't be afraid.
What's Lucid always? Lucid always says, don't be scared to be cringe.
Don't be a bitch. Be cringe.
Your first streams are going to
You
be
got to be
cringe.
cringe.
Oh,
I'm still cringe.
I'm very cringe. I accidentally said hell
Gotta
yeah
be
when someone
cringe.
told me they were going to a Bible study.
That was funny. That was good.
It's like the most.
Hell yeah.
She
I
froze
did.
up. She was like, wait,
I was
oh
like,
my gosh. Hell yeah.
hell yeah.
Don't be afraid to be cringe.
Well, come to my stream and I'll say, fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Throw yourself a
If you're
rage
starting
stream from
out-
time to time.
Fucks for follows works on TikTok. So.
I'd say if you're starting out and you want to stream, buy a fucking light. Jesus.
Yeah.
Buy a fucking light and buy a decent fucking microphone.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
And
Two
be
things.
open to
Two things.
criticism too. Like sometimes I'll go into
Yeah.
somebody's stream and they'll have an echo, or like their audio will be off. They'll be too loud, or not loud enough. And to me, like, I would want somebody to come in and give me that feedback immediately so that I can fix it, because I don't want to be sitting there with people either coming in and then just leaving immediately because it doesn't sound great or look great. But like being open to criticism and just being like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for letting me know, and taking it the right way.
Yeah. Like, you can make any dog shit webcam look way better with a fucking light.
Mhm.
Just buy a light.
It's true. Good light will take you a long way with a cheap camera. Even in photography.
I have both a
Yeah, not
cheap
just
light
streaming.
and a cheap camera, and I think right now it works okay.
Looks great.
It could be better, but it works okay.
Like, I have a shit ton of lights, and I'll probably get more because lighting is that important. Audio first, lighting second,
Yeah.
camera third. You know, if you want to
You'd be
upgrade,
surprised how many people don't watch other streams. So I think that's one that's important. Go if you're a Fortnite player, or what's the other game? Marvel Rivals or Call of Duty. Go see who's doing it really good and learn and take back from it,
Mhm.
whether it's their layout or their lighting, their cam, their TTS. You just keep improving. Don't settle.
Yeah.
Keep improving your stream. And yeah, I look back at my first streams and they're bad. Our first podcast is fucking
it's trash.
I'm curious what the backdrop, what like behind you looked like during your first stream. Did you always have this much going on behind you, or has it been a gradual build up?
I can send you. Actually, I had something in my story today that was pretty much. I didn't have the glass shelves, but I had the little light scrolly thing.
Mhm.
The Iron Man helmet's always been here from day
Yeah.
one.
It's pretty much looked the same.
Yeah, pretty close. I just didn't have the shelves behind me.
Okay.
But a lot of the
I
stuff
think
was
I
there.
found you pretty close to the beginning of Iron Squrl. I think.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, one of my first streams. You sent a Galaxy and I missed it.
Is that how you guys met? Was through
Mhm.
through this streaming thing?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I went in and dropped him a Galaxy, and hey, keep it up, and left.
Mhm.
That was
Aw.
pretty much
Yeah,
it.
I was having audio issues.
Yeah.
And, the normal kinks.
Yeah.
It had to be stream 1 or stream 2.
Yeah.
Little
When I first
baby
started,
squirrel.
And I was playing Fortnite, which is weird. I wasn't even playing Call of Duty, so I'm surprised I even came up on your FYP.
Dude, like 90% of the shit on my FYP is Fortnite for some goddamn
Maybe
reason.
I followed you first. I
Because
don't even know.
everybody
I don't
plays.
know.
I'm like the only, like me and Death Note are like the only ones that don't stream Fortnite.
Pretty much, yeah.
Everyone says Call of Duty is
Sahoni.
oversaturated.
Sahoni. It's oversaturated for the amount of viewers it's collecting.
Mhm.
The viewership to streamership is the levels are off. There's a whole. I bet you the other day when I streamed Wreckfest, I bet you I was one of 5 people streaming that fucking game on all of TikTok.
Dude, that
Was that
game
your
went
rage
crazy
stream?
before for me. Wreckfest went crazy back in the
Yeah,
day.
there's not a lot of people that stream it. So people that I had 50 something people in chat at one point. I mean, maybe it was the cussing that seemed to help a little bit. But I'm sure I had a lot of people coming in and saying, man, the game looks great. And how do you like it? And is there multiplayer? And there was, a lot of news.
Is there multiplayer now? They're way out there. It is.
I'm scared to play it. The last time I played multiplayer Wreckfest, there was some crazy comms.
I'm sure you can turn that all down.
Is that like a
West
proximity
Virginia,
thing?
crazy comms. No, they're in the car. They're just talking crazy shit.
Okay.
I'd love to
Not
crash into
TikTok.
you.
I'm not sure I can stream that anywhere.
I need to play a game with you that I can intentionally run into you.
I think Wreckfest would be fun.
Yeah. We'll have to do it.
Crashing each other out.
I'm taking you out. I'm putting you in the wall.
You can have 20-something people too. Multiplayer now, I think.
Hell
Just
yeah.
a whole rage fest.
Yeah.
I was watching my video and at one point I was like, "Need a fucking curb." I don't even know what I said. I just said fucking curb or something. I don't I was like shifting and growling.
I had just clocked out of work and I sat down in my Jeep and I just wanted to decompress for a minute before I started driving home, and that's what I opened it up to. I was like, let's freaking go.
She was tailgating people the whole way home, fucking honking her horn. Get out of the way.
I'll do that. Yeah, I'll get out to my truck and just sit there and watch a stream for a minute. And then I'll get home and I'll just sit in my truck. I've sat in my truck for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour before.
Well, like there's some days where it's like I'll get off of work and it was just so crazy busy that it felt like it was a blur. My legs feel like jello from running around up. And then it's just like I will sometimes just want there to be complete silence on the drive home. No music, no nothing. Just sit there and completely fully decompress. But it's nice because when I get off of work, I'm like, I want to see who's live and what's happening because I missed out. I've been, for hours, usually, every now and then I can throughout the day check into somebody's live stream. But when I'm on the clock, if I can't, then it's nice to be able to just decompress. And
it is. I wish I had more consistency. I really do. But this morning telling Ange I had 54 minutes before I got to my work destination. And this is at 6 o'clock in the morning. Where else would I go where I can be with friends? Say something like that. You got 54 minutes to get to Unreal or I'm going to miss it. And and she did it. I got to the damn parking lot and she hit Unreal. I was like, no shot. She did it.
She got it before you made it to your... That's
she
awesome.
Did. She met the time. She beat it by 7 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say
7 minutes before I got there. She was like, I did it with 7 minutes to spare.
I remember you saying 7 minutes just randomly in the chat, and I didn't know what the context was or anything like that, but that's awesome.
Yep, I was letting her know she had 7 minutes before I got to where I was going. Maybe she beat it by 3 minutes then or something. Yeah, it was pretty close, but I mean, that's the cool part about it. Playing it in the car is kind of cool. And hear TTS going off and whatever person you're watching.
Yeah.
It's around town with the game audio. I've done that with Lucid on fucking 5-hour trips. I've literally watched Lucid all the way on a 5-hour trip just playing in the truck.
Yeah.
Here? Well, that's when I was always playing Metallica and shit too.
Yeah. Sounded good in the truck.
Do you guys play... I don't think you guys play music on your streams.
That's the last one I did.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember you were playing some rage music.
I've always been I was told music lowers your FYP push, but I was in a fuck it all.
So, shit, I've had streams before where I just play music the entire freaking stream and we rock out.
Yeah. So I was playing music on my streams for most of the time, starting out. I think maybe in the last 2 months, I've not been playing music on my streams. And that's just kind of been for me personally, not because of a FYP push or anything, but I've just gotten to where if there's so much going on in my chat that to have music and then gameplay on top of that is just too many things.
And alerts.
Yeah, the alerts.
You're just missing alert.
I think
it's a good treat.
I used to only play music in between games for the most part. Now I don't even do that really because I can't play music on Twitch or they take your VODs down.
Yeah.
Isn't there a way to separate that?
There is, yeah. You can set up a VOD track on Twitch.
I need to figure out how to do that.
But I've never done that. I don't even know. I don't even know if I could do it the way my setup is with the dual PC.
Yeah.
because I have it all going in one over there. I mean, I could play the music on the stream PC. That would work. And then I could separate it because I could put it on its own thing.
Track.
Yeah. But
I need more info on that too. And maybe a tutorial. I'm sure there's one out there already. But yeah, definitely I need to see a tutorial on how to separate music from Twitch VODs so I don't get... My last one was muted. But so like if I watched a 3-hour stream, there would be like an hour of consistent music and gameplay audio and all that. And then there would be like a 10-minute block where there was complete silence.
Yeah.
And then it would go back.
And then on YouTube, if you play music on YouTube, you straight get a channel violation.
Yeah, YouTube's definitely
really?
no.
Yeah. Unless you basically got to get the music. I mean, you can use non-copyrighted music. There's plenty of it out there, but who wants to listen to non-copyrighted music?
I tried. It's not good.
It's most of it's trash. But they also, like for videos, they have a pretty amazing music library you can use for like background music in your videos and stuff like that.
Twitch?
Yeah, YouTube. Yeah. Like if you ever like any of the videos that I have music playing in the background or whatever, that's all off of their library.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yep.
I know when I started out streaming, when I was just on Twitch, I played the, whatever uncopyrighted music there was, and it was driving me crazy. I was like, I don't know what this is. I don't know what's happening right now.
There's some decent stuff, like I can't remember his name, but it's Stream Beats. He made a whole library of nothing but copyright. He makes it all himself. He produces all of his own music just for streamers.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, and it's all, I have OneDrive, like all the music that I play, like on my intro and all that isn't the AI music that I've made. That's all from him on my starting soon and all that.
Yeah.
Yippers.
Well, what a great conversation. I'm getting sleepy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to eat and get ready for work.
Thank you guys so much for including me in your podcast journey and letting me be a guest. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Great conversation. We got Squrl Master up in 2 weeks from today.
Oh, hell
2
yeah.
weeks.
That's awesome.
Officials.
That'll be a good one.
Yes, it will.
A whole freaking nut house here.
Fuck. We're going to go down some crazy rabbit holes. I'm going to have like a separate tab pulled up to Google stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like for real.
Yeah.
Squrl.
Right on, guys. Well, thank you.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Vegas coming up. Mark it on your calendars. We'd love to see everyone there. You can find us on the LucidSqurlPodcast.com, Spotify, everywhere, pretty much. I just have to get around to uploading the last 2. I haven't done it yet. I know. I've been busy.
Smash the button.
Don't smash the button. God damn it. We're at 429 subscribers on the channel. That opens up, once we hit 500, that opens up some monetization stuff. It'd be cool to get there someday. Honestly, I need to make more sim racing videos because those get a lot of subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. That one I did had a shit ton of views. For I don't know why, because it was a cringe ass video. It was bad.
It wasn't. It was good. I watched it. I watched it when I shopped for mine.
God, it was bad. But yeah. All right, guys. You guys have any final thoughts?
Great podcast. peachbum, fantastic job. Lucid, always a pleasure. Yeah, looking forward to next week. So let's figure out a topic. And then Squrl Master after that.
Yeah.
Guys, don't forget
Squrl Master, the sky's the limit.
On the podcast website, there is a form to fill out to get onto the podcast. That's not just like you're applying for something. That also gives us data to put into that particular podcast link. Like the information gets linked to it. So
facts. Fill out the form. You want to come on.
It doesn't take that long. It doesn't take
Fill
that
out
long.
the form, guys.
It's like advertising for yourself. You're making a billboard for yourself.
It is 100%. 100%. All right, guys. With that said, peace out. Much love. Till the next one.
Yeah, much love. Thanks for hanging out, guys.